Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Geeks podcast. It is Thursday, October 22nd, 2020. Yes, it's Thursday. I really have not much of an introduction. Always joining us is the host, the most, Jace.
Oh.
The man with the plan, Sonic.
Hi, how you doing?
The one, the only, the one that's also currently eating, SJ.
As is tradition.
That's just true. Let's go ahead and focus. Her ratings will go up. I was like, where is Sonic going?
I've had enough of this. Just fucking leave.
All right, next we got. All right, Sonic, what's the skinny for today?
Well, the skinny is for anybody. Actually, for starters, the Uncharted movie actually showed off its first look of Tom Holland as Nathan Drake.
It looks great.
It
looks amazing.
Looks really good. By the way, the movie comes out in May 2021, give or take, depending on what's going on with the world. So we'll wait and see on that one. Another update is a convention that's going to happen in January. IkiCon actually made a statement today saying that they're still going to go on as scheduled for now, but they're going to keep an eye out between. So basically, between now and then, we'll see if they're actually going to move forward with it. But, you know, doing a con in the cold winter during a pandemic, I don't know. If I was them, I would just hold off another year for that one. Speaking of cons, there's actually a con that's going to happen in San Angelo. It will be San Angelo Comic-Con on November 7th and the 8th. So they will be doing a con. I don't know what their protocol, what their safety, what they're going to do. Just letting you know, if you're in the cons, if you want to go to a con, if you're desperate for a con, as if your life depends on it, there you go for it.
If it's life or death.
Yeah, I mean, if your life depends on it, I mean, because a lot of people were bitching earlier about it. how their favorite cons got postponed, and they're like, "Well, I need a con as you might like to pinch on it." And I'm like, "Really? Does it really?"
I think they're lying.
What else we got?
Okay, and then today Nintendo dropped a surprise announcement. They'll be re-releasing the original Fire Emblem that came out in 1990 for the first time here in Western countries under the name Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light, which will be coming out in December digitally, and they will be releasing a physical collector's edition. And here's the surprise. It's a limited time only until March 2021. So just like 3D All-Stars.
Jeez, they're pulling a fucking Disney. You better buy it before you put it in the Disney vault.
However, there was a rumor going around that they said they're doing this because in a way they're testing out for in the future they're actually going to do an actual service related to those games. Why 3D All-Stars and Fire Emblem got limited releases, because apparently they're testing out some sort of like not really virtual console per se, but they don't want to call it virtual console.
Your water jug was turning invisible.
And his water
clear.
Yeah. It's clear, yeah. So that's pretty much that's pretty much it.
I want to add another thing to the Fire Emblem. I read the article about it, and it said that it was for the digital only. It had a limited release, and the physical was. It didn't say anything about the physical copy happening.
Well, the thing is, though, it's a collector edition, so obviously
that makes sense.
Yeah, so and the collector edition will be, I think it's $49.99.
That's not
it
bad.
It will come with a art book. I think it's 200 page art book. It will have a case that's supposed to look like an NES cartridge. So they're trying to really put the nostalgia in. Several like this cover is really cool, and also a poster with the Nintendo Power logo.
A Nintendo Power fucking poster. I am excited.
Just for that, because it looks all retro, trying to replicate had the original Fire Emblem game came out in 1990, and people be like, this game did come out on the DS. This did get remade, but this is the original one, and a lot of people aren't really happy about that's a limited release, and you're paying $6 for it because there's a lot of ROM hacks out there. It's like, hey, they already have a translator one. Why the hell want to pay this much? Obviously, you know, the whole ROM debate and all that. But I think it looks pretty exciting. But I still don't understand why they pulling a Disney vault for this for these
because
last two
money.
games. Because not just money, and it's so funny that you say that because they say the 3D All-Stars, like they made it sound so big. It's like, hey, if you don't get it by the 31st, we're gonna take it away, and people got so scared they pre-ordered and all that stuff. And yet you can go to Target, there's like a shit ton of copies. You know what I mean?
No, I was gonna buy like a shit ton of them and then sell them, but my gut told me not to, and I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, because you probably would have been looking like a total clown doing that.
I know. I would have. Let me go put on.
That
my
would have looked so dumb on you. That would have looked so dumb.
Oh, I'm gonna go put on my fucking makeup. So today we got a couple things that we need to talk about before. Today we're gonna be talking about horror movies. That's right. We're gonna talk about some of the shittiest and some of the best horror movies, and Halloween themed movies. No, we're not gonna be talking about The Nightmare Before Christmas because that one is a Christmas movie.
It's a Halloween movie.
It came out on Halloween. You know what?
But the whole
that should
setting
be.
is during Christmas.
It's a both.
You can't have both.
Actually,
You
yes,
can have both. It's a
I'm gonna
mixed race
watch
child.
It's my Thanksgiving movie. I watched that shit.
Now that you mentioned, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes, it is actually. Yes, it is. They were.
I
Right.
will acknowledge that. I haven't
Okay.
even seen it, and I will acknowledge it.
So if that's the case, The Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween.
Well, no,
movie.
because The Nightmare Before
if you
Christmas,
use that logic,
the beginning
if you use the
of the movie is Halloween, and then it strikes midnight, and then it's November 1st, and then they're getting ready for the following Halloween the next year.
Right.
But it's Christmas coming up, so
No.
it is a Christmas. Go back. It's Halloween in the very beginning, and then they're getting ready for Halloween the following year.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then they're like, we want to do Christmas.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually
became a
Christmas
movie.
that year. It's
Right.
not the next year.
No. I'm talking about Halloween.
in the movie.
In the movie, Halloween's already over. It's already the day after.
Right.
Still Halloween though.
How the fuck
yeah.
is it Halloween when it's November 31st?
It's a Halloween
November
town.
1st.
Yeah,
It's
it's Halloween
town.
Town. So it's technically like,
It always
Halloween
is a
all year.
Halloween movie.
yeah.
But it's a Christmas movie. That's my
no.
argument.
It can be
It's-
both. It is
It can
not
be both.
just
Starts
one
on
movie.
Halloween.
Just because the
No,
fucking,
no, no.
just because they're in costumes
The
all year
whole-
round.
No, the whole first song is "This Is Halloween," so it's not just talking. yeah, it's talking about the town, but it also means like specifically this is Halloween. So
But
it
Do a poll.
starts.
We should do a poll
on
for the Facebook
Oc-
thing.
It
You
starts
say-
on October 31st.
You say Die Hard's a Christmas movie
Ends.
just because it takes place on Christmas. It's got nothing to do with Christmas.
No, because the fucking
terrorists.
director said it was a Christmas movie. That's why I'm calling it a Christmas
No,
movie.
but in your eyes, do you see it as a Christmas movie?
No,
I've
it's
never
a
seen it.
terrorist movie.
Okay, so
neither.
you
It has no. It has
So I don't
tree.
give a shit.
so
But the guy who made the movie said it was
But if
supposed to
it
be a
said-
Christmas movie.
Yeah.
M.
but
Night
I-
Shyamalan
I'm-
said he was making a good movie. He's lied how many times?
That's true. I'll give you that one.
But like on that logic, it's just like people that use like Frozen as a Christmas movie. Frozen's just cold.
Frozen's got
It's
nothing to do with-
Frozen's a winter movie.
Yeah, but Frozen
And
didn't come out
technically
during the
it's-
holiday.
No,
Did it?
hold on. I understand that.
Technically, it's spring.
technically,
too,
it's a
It's a summer movie.
because it
It's
came
a
out in
summer
Thanksgiving.
movie. Right. Because they're talking about, oh, it's summer. And Elsa decided to be a cold-hearted bitch.
Like,
Just
nope.
kidding.
It's
Elsa
winter.
was not. That's not what happened. But yeah, Frozen is not a Christmas movie. It's not a winter movie. It's a summer movie.
Now Disney may say it's a Christmas movie because they make so much money during Christmas selling
I
all
don't-
those Frozen movies and products.
Well, yeah.
Just let it go, man.
I don't get bothered by the cold anyway.
Wait, did y'all see that new? That
They don't
that
get cold
new
in
Disney movie
Texas.
they made?
That's the problem.
It
Sorry.
does.
Like 65 today.
65 ain't cold. Then again, the summer's in
It's
May.
been
Once it's
50
once
It's
it's
been 50s a couple of
65.
times up here.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Hoodie in the morning, no shirt in the afternoon.
Hoodie in the morning, regret my decision by lunch.
I do that whole the school thing where you tie.
So do
it
you
up.
wear a hoodie or do you just freeze your ass off until it's lunchtime?
I wear a hoodie and I just don't work.
All right, we're supposed to be talking about horror movies.
Sorry.
Horror movies.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I just watched the night. Okay, first before we talk about horror movies, we need to talk about our last minute guess for tomorrow.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do
Yeah.
we wait
The
till the end or
build
wait
up.
till the
The
beginning?
I do
build up
not-
last, I guess.
Tom
Mr. Tom Ruger.
Ruger. Okay.
If you want to know, for those who don't know, he's pretty much the developer for Animaniacs, Tiny Toons Adventures. And
Okay,
a
it says
lot-
right here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Just do it.
Because I actually looked up. I've looked him up. An American animator, screenwriter, and storyboard artist and lyricist.
You read that
Uh,
Wikipedia, right?
yeah. It says right here he also created Tiny Toon Adventures, Animaniacs,
Yes, he
Pinky
did.
the Brain,
Yes.
Mhm.
and Hysteria.
Yes.
Yes.
I like that.
In 1989, he began working alongside Gene something and Steven Spielberg at Warner Brothers to create and produce several animated series, including Tiny Toon Adventures, Animaniacs. We already mentioned all those. Batman the Animated Series, Plucky Duck
Freakazoid.
Show, Freakazoid, Tasmania, and Road Rovers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of shows.
We're Static Shock on this motherfucker.
You didn't do that.
Kidding. I know he didn't. Oh, here it is. This is everything he's worked on.
Yeah.
Godzilla, the animated
Yes.
series from the 70s. I don't feel good anymore.
There was the 70s?
Yes, there
Godzilla
was. It
cartoon?
I
wasn't
remember,
that
I remember
great.
that bad one, like 2000.
Yeah, I remember
No,
the
the
2001.
cartoon Godzilla for the movie was much better than the movie.
They had something called.
He was an
Plot.
animator for Godzilla, Super Friends, Tarzan, The Lords of the Jungle.
Mhm.
This Godzilla is the animated monster television series produced by Hanna-Barbera in association with Henry G.
I
The
remember that
series
one.
aired.
I like that show.
Blah blah blah.
Wasn't
Yeah, okay,
good.
so it was the one made.
Liked
Yeah. The Kid Superpower Hour with Shazam. He was a writer for that. Flash Gordon. He was a writer for that. Flash Gordon. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. He was a writer. He was a developer, writer, story editor, and co-producer for the new Scooby-Doo series and the new Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo show, the new Scooby-Doo Mysteries.
He helped create your childhood.
Challenge of the
Yeah.
GoBots. Snorks.
I'll forgive him for that.
The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. That one never ended, right?
No, that did. They
Yeah.
went to the 12th one. They recently made a movie for the 13th one. That just came out like 2 years ago. They just made a movie about it.
Batman. He was a writer.
Wait, say it again. You were killing-
Batman.
You ate the entire popsicle in one bite.
I did.
He leans off camera.
I keep a trash can under my desk.
I got one too.
He's a writer for Batman Beyond. He's a storyboard artist for the Powerpuffs.
Yep.
Lunatics.
Unleashed.
Lunatics.
Yeah.
Unleashed.
Yes.
Nobody
Yeah,
remembers that.
I do.
What?
Was that like the
That's-
cool futuristic one?
It was
Yeah,
the
that's
Tiny
what-
Toon. It was the Looney Tunes where they were like edgy and
Superheroes.
dark, and they were superheroes.
I like that show. That was cool.
See?
Yeah. So
90s babies remember.
But if you
Couple of 2000s babies too.
had swords.
yeah, but
Yeah, Bugs Bunny did have swords.
it was weird. Plus, wasn't Bugs Bunny like
And-
purple or some shit like that, or
It was like
I mean, he's the leader, so yeah.
like trying to
they're
be
all
like
different.
Power?
Also, he wasn't even Bugs. He was Ace.
You know what they saw? They saw Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles cartoon, and they're like,
And they're
we,
like,
need to
we can
make
do that.
this and combine it with what we got. And then they threw like a dart on a bunch of names,
Okay,
and it landed on
let's
Looney
do it real quick because they only did 2 seasons. Which season did you like better, the first or the second?
Tunes.
I don't fucking know.
No,
I thought they made one season.
No,
For
they
real.
made 2.
I liked it all, but I
They
just think there
made
was more than one
yeah,
season.
they made 2 seasons. The first season was just like random,
Flavor of the week.
super villains, yeah. And then the second season, they actually changed they changed the theme song for one, and it actually throws in elements of the original like Looney Tunes. What am I saying? Opening, and then every villain was based off of another Looney Tune character.
I saw a few episodes, and I'm like, ugh.
Honestly, I think I prefer the first season. I think.
I don't know. It's all one season.
I want to know about this Godzilla series.
The same.
Is this
We
the
need to
same
watch
one?
it.
Oh, it is the same one I watched as a kid.
Was it the Mongoloids? Like the same art style.
Oh, this one was crap. This is the one where like the main
Neat.
character and his son and a bunch of people are on like a cruise ship.
They're all friends with Godzilla.
They are. And like whenever something happens, he pushes a button and Godzilla comes out. It's like, oh, I came to fight your fights
Godzilla
for
button.
you.
This
And
kid
then
has
there's one
constantly
episode
being
where
attacked by
Godzilla
monsters.
is the same size as a T-Rex and they fight. And as a kid, that's cool, but as an adult that knows better, I'm like, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Just imagine how like people in Japan would see that. It's like, what? That's not real. That's fake. It's not canon.
I was gonna say, isn't technically Godzilla bigger than a T-Rex?
Yeah, Godzilla's like
His height
he
has
was
varied,
150.
but he just gets bigger and bigger with each
Yeah.
one.
He's always been like 150, but recently he's 300 to 380.
He
Feet.
gets chunky.
No, not pounds, fool.
No, he's tall.
The taller he gets, the wider his base gets.
I mean, touche.
No, not really.
He's also a black belt in judo.
according to this cartoon, yeah, he is actually. Oh, this is apparently it's definitely made by the same exact artist who made Johnny Quest and
Yeah.
Augie Doggy and Doggy
All the shows
Daddy.
you watched back then were
all the Hanna-Barbera
This-
shows.
But anyway, so yeah, he's coming on tomorrow
yeah.
Yes.
because
Especially for you Animaniacs fans who like it.
because of Super Jew powers. That is legit what happened there.
Instead of the Wonder Twins power. Wonder Twin powers activate. Super Jew powers activate.
Yep.
Form of.
Green just goes black and then
Yeah.
he just agrees to come on. Like, I don't know what happened, but
She guilt tripped
I don't-
him. That's what she did.
That's
blackmail. What do you say?
what
Did
Super
he-
Jews do. I didn't even
Black-
try. Oh, he's
That was
on.
out of context.
Yeah, that was really.
He's
out of
online.
context.
So he's
Imagine-
online right now. Do you want me to ask him if he's going to be on for the full 2 hours?
Yeah, ask him if he wants to do an hour or
He
2
said-
hours.
Because
Well,
understand
they run for
this,
two.
he lives in California, and a certain team is in the World Series, so he doesn't
Yeah.
want to miss it.
So-
You know, I don't blame him.
I could talk.
What is Spielberg's role? Is he just the director?
Executive producer.
Okay.
He was in a lot of stuff there.
Yeah,
in that
he
series.
he was doing a lot of shows for like. Basically, he was executive producing a lot of stuff because of Studio Amblin. It was stuff not just Animaniacs and all that. He also produced some movies too. Back to the Future, for example, or that's why in Animaniacs, is Steven Spielberg presents Animaniacs.
I was wondering about that because they make it seem like he made him.
Nah, it does. Yeah, it
So
does.
you can put your name on anything you want.
Yeah, basically, even Ren and Stimpy did like a whole scene, like a joke about it. It's like, oh, the producer is the one where he takes all the credit. And
Yeah.
that's why Ren wanted to become a producer. Because Stimpy was doing all the work, but Ren
Just
wanted
like
to
when
take
Michael
credit.
Bay was the producer for the Ninja Turtles movie.
Yep.
Michael Bay presents
And, like,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Anytime they made a decision, it was Michael Bay's fault, and like that was the only time I had any sympathy for him. I'm like, he's just a producer.
It's not his choice. Not all of his choice.
He has
Only
some
name
leeway,
you
but
recognize.
it's the
Not all of it.
director's choice at the end of the day.
Bad choices.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, he created. He created Animaniacs, but Steven Spielberg is the one given credit for it. Which we're
I
going to
didn't know
talk
he
about
did
that
Hysteria,
tomorrow. I guess we
but
can
the
talk
art
about
style
it.
is similar, so yeah.
I watched the trailer for Animaniacs, and I noticed that it's
Oh, the
only
one-
Pinky the
yeah.
Brain and Animaniacs. It's not any of the the good
Not,
feathers.
yeah, not yet though. I know they said one of the characters was not going to come back. That's all I know. I don't know about the other ones. I don't know where's Buttons or Mindy. Don't know where Rita and Runt. I don't know. So far we know it's the Warner Brothers and Warner Sister, Pinky and the Brain,
The Warner
all we know
Brothers
so-
and Dot, because
and the Warner Sister Dot. Yeah.
OS Dot. She's the Dot.
So
That's
are
why
the
it's called that.
Animaniacs part of the Looney Tunes shared universe, or are they just their own universe?
It's the Warner
Technically
Brothers.
they're part of the because there has been cameos from like Looney Tunes characters in the original show.
But Animaniacs was a crazy like reference cartoon though.
Whoa! Did you
Yeah.
know they had video games
Yeah, it's on Super Nintendo and Genesis. By
and
Konami.
PS2 and Xbox?
Yeah, by Konami.
Animaniacs: The Great Edgar Hunt. Animaniacs: The Gigantic Adventure. The 10-Pin Alley. Pinky and the Brain. World Conquest. Animaniacs: Game Pack. I mean, Animaniacs Genesis, NES, and Game Boy. The last two were Animaniacs Lights, Camera, Action, and Animaniacs: The Great Edgar Hunt.
Yeah, there was one on Game Boy Advance.
One for this one was GameCube, PS2, Xbox. This one was Game Boy Advance and DS. I didn't know there were
So, yeah.
fucking video games.
Yeah, I knew that.
And all the money goes to Steven Spielberg.
I knew it was just I only knew it was the Super Nintendo and Genesis one. It's the only one I knew about.
So yeah, he'll be on
Plus
for
Ultra.
some amount of time tomorrow.
He'll be on Plus Ultra.
From an undisclosed location for an undetermined amount of time.
While watching the World Series.
We'll have Tom Ruger.
Something.
It's like,
I don't
damn
know
it,
why
hit
he
the
doesn't-
ball. Wait, what was the question?
I don't know why he doesn't just. Yeah. Anyway, crap. I don't know why he doesn't just.
Hell, we could even do it Saturday.
Ooh.
What?
I wish you had told me. I could have just suggested that in the first place.
I didn't know my Saturday was free until earlier today.
Okay, well,
Great. All right, we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll change it to Saturday.
let's see.
Do you want me to ask him?
To be determined. Wait, do they
Yeah,
play on
ask
Saturday
them.
too? I want to
Do
check.
they?
Yeah, actually, let me check this. You know what? I'm just
I
gonna
have
set
it. I
schedule.
think I have pulled it up.
Sorry, y'all. We're a little.
We're not even talking about the horror movies yet because
Yeah,
we're trying to
not
figure
yet.
out what's going on
Got
with this guest.
Plenty of time to figure this out.
This guest was sprung on us last night at the very last minute. We're going to talk about horror movies.
No, we
Uzi-
talked about it for
No,
weeks.
we.
No,
We can
no,
have
okay, no. Let me explain.
a
But let
week.
me address Uzi. Uzi, I need your top 10 horror movies right now because I know you have different tastes than me.
What's the point?
They're gonna keep playing, but they're gonna keep playing basically tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday if necessary.
So yeah, today was their only day off because they
Yeah,
usually do
today-
back-to-backs.
Okay, let's talk about the guest stuff after the podcast. Let's just
Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha.
Focusing.
focus. All right, horror movies, shitty horror movies, and good horror movies. I've been watching a lot of horror movies. I watched Cabin in the Woods,
Same.
and it's classified as a fucking comedy. I don't see how.
Horror.
It's a horror
comedy.
comedy.
Ah, he died. He got ripped to shreds. Ha ha.
Horror. Well, you could laugh at a lot of things because you can laugh at Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah, because
comedy.
it's that shit like, bitch, and that's funny.
A scary
'cause-
Terry.
It's scary, Terry.
Because when we all
Scary Terry.
when we all watched Nightmare on Elm Street, we were children or teenagers, and whenever somebody
I still have-
cusses in a song or a movie, it's funny.
I still haven't seen it.
All the jokes he makes, I love.
It's
Dude
okay.
made
I
a
hit
pun.
Subway
Every
for
time he
lunch.
kills someone, he makes a pun. I'm like, yeah.
Batter up.
He was also a dick.
Yeah, he was.
You murdered people.
Or do you mean a literal dick?
No, Robert Englund was cool.
No, I mean a literal dick.
He just melted. It was his skin all melted. He was a child predator who also killed children.
Mm-hmm.
He killed children?
He killed children.
Okay.
And the town was like, we got enough of your shit, even though we knew it was you the whole time. Tired of
Now
shit.
we're gonna get you.
Yeah.
Well, they arrested him and he got off with it.
He got away. Yeah, I've never
Somebody
seen
just
the
killed him.
first one. I know he makes a cameo in Jason Goes to Hell when Jason dies, and his arm comes out and grabs the mask and pulls him down to hell,
And the next one that comes out is Freddy versus Jason,
which was shit.
I liked it.
It was shit.
It was. I'm not saying it was. Never did I say it was a good movie. I said I liked it.
I expected
It was guilty
more. I
pleasure.
feel like
All
I feel
I've
like
seen
it should
is
have
the
been longer.
Nostalgia Critic review.
If it had been
That's all I've seen of
longer,
it.
I think it should have been longer than an hour and a half, because that's definitely one of those movies. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what drug somebody was taking in the early 2000s, but for some reason we needed to get like a whole lot of versus movies.
They did.
Yeah, they did that a lot.
We tried
Alien
it.
versus Predator.
Yeah.
That came out 2004.
Yeah. Freddy versus Jason.
2004 as well. Yeah.
Mega Shark versus Giant Gator. That was sci-fi.
Okay, sci-fi has a big issue with that shit.
They had Megalodon. It was so fucking cheesy. It was horrible.
There is a new sci-fi horror movie coming out that is basically Sharknado only spiders.
No, I'm done. No, can't.
Like I don't want to see this.
Can't do
Wasn't
spiders.
there a shark horror movie where the shark had legs and it came out of the water on sci-fi?
No.
Oh.
No, sci-fi.
I know
Sci-fi doesn't
there's
count.
an anime.
Wouldn't shock me if it was
There's an
sci-fi.
anime based off of a manga that's by a horror artist that is like sharks with spider legs. They come onto the land and they kill people.
It's that sounds terrible.
It's a horror
It's
comic.
sci-fi, so it is terrible.
Well, it's based off a manga. Although there might be there's Sharktopus, which is a shark with octopus backside.
There's zombie beavers.
Zombie beavers, great. What else is new?
They eat wood.
It's like
And
those.
They eat
It's like
people.
that. It's like that sexy dice game. You know, the one you get the one dice and it says like lick, kiss, touch, fondle, whatever, and then you got the other dice that it has the body parts.
This one's
They do that for like.
monster and acronym.
Speaking of, they have zombie strippers versus wrestlers or some shit like that. I forgot what it was called.
Now that I'd like to see actually.
It had
That
Kurt
just sounds
Angle in it. It was
interesting.
like zombie strippers.
he made a cameo in that movie.
It was zombies versus. It was some kind of zombie. I think it was strippers. Let me look it up because you got me curious now.
Wasn't there like a wasn't there an
Still
was
not even
there
on the list.
wasn't there an Avengers parody that had Shawn Michaels as like this Hulk guy, but he looks like Yoda?
Okay, it's
Shawn
called Pro
Michaels.
Wrestlers versus Zombies. My bad.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there you go.
It's at 81%.
four.
Like the critics gave it a 3.5, but the audience gave it an 81%.
Maybe
Hell
it's so
yeah.
bad it's good.
Matt Hardy's
like
in
that,
it.
critics.
Roddy Piper's in it. Kurt Angle's in it.
I think it's just fans of wrestling. Like we recognize these people.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan's in it.
Oh hell yeah! He comes out there with fucking piece of 2x4. He'll take care of a zombie.
There you go.
Fucking Matt Hardy's wife was in it. Matthew Rush. Oh, he played himself.
Didn't they all?
Kurt Angle puts him in the ankle lock. And
Oh
it's a
yeah,
zombie
they
instead
all
of
play
Kurt Angle.
themselves. So yes, they didn't go with like fake names. They
No.
all
Kurt
they
Angle
all,
as Hank Ventura.
Kurt Angle. No, because there's a movie with him in it, and he's like a cage fighter, and he's some Russian cage fighter, and it was really good. It's called I actually have it. It's a really good
Russian
movie.
cage fighter.
You know, speaking of, there
Oh,
is
his name was
another
Kova. In the
Yeah.
movie, his name was Koba. And
You know, they're making another movie with a wrestler doing MMA. That's coming out this month.
really?
Cage Fighter. That's what it's called.
Oh.
Has John Moxley as the opponent, and he's pretty much playing the pro wrestler that's going into MMA. And
I've
the funny
seen
part
that.
is, in the beginning of the trailer, that the guy who won the UFC fight, the belt is literally the WWE Undisputed belt. Like, if you look closely, I was like, what the fuck, really?
Then they need a prop. The movie's called Warrior, by the way, the one I was talking about.
Okay, Warrior.
That's
What's his name? Hardy? Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy's in there.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's in it.
That's Bane.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's in it. It's a really good movie.
It's been a while since you did your Bane voice.
Don't. That is not an invitation. Do not.
Yes,
Do
it is.
not.
It's always an invitation.
Jesse, don't
Yes.
do it.
Damn, you throw my real name out there. Shit.
We always say your real name. That's how you introduce yourself, damn it.
No, I say King Mexico. And right there it says Geeks 5 Ever.
Oh, for fuck's
Say
sake, bro.
Jesse Goku.
Yeah, you always say that.
Why did your volume drop?
Mm.
So, a scary movie,
Any-
horror,
anyway.
or comedy?
My favorite scary movie.
Would you consider it more horror or more comedy?
What?
Isn't it?
Comedy.
It's been a while since I've seen the scary movie franchise, isn't it? Technically
They're
more
comedies.
comedy?
They're basically
Yeah.
parodies of like
Yeah.
other movies.
So they're not really scary. They're just they're actually more like disgusting, actually.
If you
Why
think
did
about
Jason's
it,
volume drop?
I have no idea. was about
Everyone's
that.
fine.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you compare now he's muted. Actually, you know what's a speaking of scary movie, there is a somewhat of a scary movie. It's like it's parodying horror movies, but it's basically this guy named Stan, and he turns out he's the descendant of Van Helsing. So his name is Stan
Cool.
Helsing.
Oh
And it's
yeah,
a
that one.
I've seen that.
From Dusk Till Dawn. Anyone
Haven't
seen
seen
that?
it.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Wait, yeah, it was on.
I want to hear Chase
Okay.
talk. I need to hear his volume.
You don't like me anyway.
Oh, he's talking. You can hear him. I know
Sounds
exactly.
you just sound a little lower, that's all.
Yeah.
I'd increase my gain. That would pick it up, but
You think it'd just be like Zoom?
possibly. But it was weird that it was just me. I didn't touch anything, so it was weird that it just dropped.
Yeah, but it wasn't just for like I thought it was just for me and
Maybe
I
it's
don't
making
know.
the
I
rounds.
didn't touch anything, so I don't know why it would have dropped for me.
The chat is possessed.
watching you.
Scream is the best horror movie?
I don't even know if I've actually seen it. I've seen again the scary movie.
I know what you did
versions.
last summer. I saw that one.
I think
I
Scream
think I
is
saw
better
that, but
than
that was
last
years
summer.
ago.
Some dude with a fishing hook just kills everybody. How come nobody shot him?
There's in the plot.
Nobody
they-
ever
they
just does
killed
that.
The guy off the side of the road, and then
Yeah,
they
yeah,
left him to die.
yeah.
Like, we came back to kill you, but they find out that's not that guy at the end of it, or some stupid thing.
Yeah, it was some other dude with a fishing hook.
Scream was better than that one.
I know
They
what
both
you
came
did
out, I
last
think, the
summer
same
was-
year.
It was just a guy with a fishing hook.
But
It wasn't that fit. It was a meat hook.
see no evil.
No.
Oh.
I know what you did last summer.
Oh
It was the
yeah.
guy- it was the unbreakable
I
guy.
have words about
with the
See
trench
No
coat.
Evil. That was
Wait, is that
bizarre,
remember the sequel? I still know what you did last summer.
right?
Yeah, for
I don't know what you
there
did
was
last
a
summer.
sequel called I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. It was
that came out like
the first
98.
one was already bad. I couldn't take a movie seriously where that bad guy is walking everywhere. You're running away, and all he has is a fish hook.
You know what that?
That's every
Halloween.
horror movie.
Michael
Except
Myers
he's
does
a
not
person. Like the
you
other
remember?
Jason and Leatherface. If
Voorhees,
you shot them,
Leatherface.
they still Leatherface lost an arm, and he still kept chasing that chick.
right, but that's what I'm saying. Like all of those guys, everybody just walks after him, and it's still
Leatherface ran.
okay.
With his fucking chainsaw.
That
And when you
6
play
foot
the
five
Friday the
out of shit
13th
guy.
video game, Jason has the ability to teleport.
We're not talking about video games.
No, but it's canon, so the theory is that he might be able to teleport.
And it's based off of the comics because he can. Jason in the comics way better than Jason in the movies.
Right, so that's the reason why, like, whenever he appears, and then it's a fucking cloud of smoke, and then he's like, whoa, like coming out of the fucking, like Godzilla and shit,
Yeah.
because he could teleport.
I always theorized that he just like sprint. He does run. He has been seen on camera running.
Have you
And
seen
that
the,
guy-
have you seen the fucking,
I've seen every Friday the 13th movie.
check out the
Yeah.
comments for me, Jace, but, because I can't see him, but have you seen the fucking Friday the 13th remake with the dude from Supernatural in it. The guy that plays Sam.
Padalecki?
Fucking yeah, some Jarrett. Fucking Jason shoots the fucking dude in a boat, and he's got like this modern day like bow and arrow from like Academy.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm like,
modern.
Jason shops at Academy. 'Cause that shit was brand fucking new.
The difference between Michael Myers and Jason will kill you with whatever he can get his hands on. Whether it's with a pitchfork or a harpoon gun, he'll kill you with it. Michael Myers only uses a butcher knife. He had a gun once. He stabbed them with the gun because he doesn't know how to fucking work a gun. That was Halloween H2O.
What is that? What is Summer?
Midsummer.
Midsummer.
It's a one that came
I
out
think,
last.
yes.
Was it last year or this year? It
I've
is
never
a
seen it.
horror
Last year.
movie. Yeah,
It's on
considered a horror movie.
Hulu or Prime.
And it's on
Wait,
Amazon.
Dead Space has a movie?
Dead Space, probably.
Dead Space.
I don't.
Dawn of the
video
Dead,
game?
Child's Play, Jeepers Creepers, Dead Space. Dead Space is a video game for those of you that don't know.
Yeah. Ari
Yeah,
put Jeepers
that
Creepers.
was
in.
Jeepers Creepers is okay.
That's
Didn't he like kill like
I like
one
Jeepers
person throughout that entire movie?
Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah.
No.
He goes
No.
after whoever he wants.
He goes after that guy from Accepted.
Yes. But he kills a bunch of people like in between that because I just watched him. He kills like a whole bunch of people.
Right, no. Yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah.
a collector.
Because
But in
of
the
point-
second one, like on screen, I'm talking about on screen though, like on screen, didn't he only kill like one person?
No,
No,
What's up, Justin?
he murders
a lot.
everyone he runs into. He kills.
Except for the sister.
That's the only one, and I don't know why.
Well, and then like half the other cops.
He killed a whole bunch of cops.
Well,
Those
yeah,
other ones were in that hallway. He murdered them.
right. But he still left like a dozen cops left.
He didn't go looking for him. If they had come out, he would have killed them too.
Well, again, the whole point is he's more focused on the brother and sister.
Right. He was after the sister until he got close enough to the guy, and then he
Right.
could like sense that his eyes were really cool, so he took his eyes.
Yeah. And his
Took
belly button.
Took him, and then
Yeah.
I've only ever seen the second one where it's the high school kids and they get back from
Yeah.
a football game and he like starts killing them one by one.
Yeah, he takes out the 3 coaches, all the people that pass around him. And I want to say like 4 of the kids. But it's funny because the end of the movie, they're like, all you see is just like 3 other kids. And it's like, what happens? You had like 10 that ran out of that bus. Where's the rest of them? And it just ends with the farmer and his other son. Like, we're waiting another like 3 days, give or take, to see if he wakes up.
No, it wasn't. It was every 28.
No, yeah. Yeah, it's 23 every 23rd spring for 23 days it gets to eat. So that was the thing. Remember it fast forwards to the future.
It didn't.
And-
It
So
actually
Yes, it
did.
did.
I watched the
with a
movie.
giant harpoon
I watched the
pointed
movie
at him.
yesterday. It fast forwards 24 hours.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it did.
You're not, no.
In the second
Okay,
one.
yes, but
when
no.
he eats
Okay, yes,
the
but
little
no.
kid.
The end of the second one
Oh.
is 22 and
It's 23 years
362
later.
days later. Yes. The end of the second one, yes.
Right. But
The whole right. No, yes. They did say it's like 4 days ago, and Pertula were like, 4 days ago, this was 2 years later. The movie was released 2 years later. But they said it happened 4 days ago. It's like, okay, we're doing that, sure.
what I don't understand is 24 hours went by and he's like sitting and moping in a chair because his son got eaten. Bruh, your son got turned into a Happy Meal. And then in an hour, he builds like this harpoon and shit all like on the back of his truck. He welds
Yeah.
it on there like in an hour or two. I'm like,
How?
what?
He's a very good welder.
In an hour?
Yes.
He already kind of had it assembled beforehand.
Yeah, he just
He's a
They
doomsday
showed the truck
prepper.
before he starts assembling it, and then they show it afterwards, and it's like fucking
Well, no,
Legos.
because I just watched it. Remember, like the first thing in the movie, he's complaining about his the post machine. Why doesn't it work? Who messed with the machine? And so, this is like right before the little kid gets eaten. So that's what that whole like montage is apparently he was jury rigging that post machine to turn into a harpoon gun, and he's also fixing up the knife because it's just like magnetic, or it just knows where to go. So that's what he was doing, was making like harpoons and stuff based
That
off
still
of
doesn't
that.
make fucking sense, though. I mean, you can try to
I
explain it.
understand, but it
Poor
wasn't
movie
a
montage.
full like making a gun. He was just
He just tilted the gun.
Right,
Tilted
but
the
he
gun.
still welded half of that shit in an hour.
Well, I mean, okay, true.
Movie montage.
An
Yes.
hour, 2 hours. I don't know.
Maybe a couple of his drunk friends came.
And what I
over
want to
and-
know is why was he driving the speed limit to get to that school bus?
I know.
I can't speed. I promised my wife
Or something, or some
on
bullshit.
her
I don't know
deathbed.
why nobody could clearly. And the whole exchange that they finally have when like the kids are like, "Somebody please help! Someone please help!" and he's talking to him. It's like, why didn't you describe the creature, considering it ate your son, so that the kids know you know what the hell's going on? And then why don't you just say like, "Fuck the police, I'm coming"? And then of course they could be
How
more
do you
worried.
describe that? What does he look like? He looks like Batman, but he eats people.
Looks like Man Bat. It's the Mothman.
You ever seen
Right.
Batman? Looks like the bat from Batman.
Looks like the Bat part.
Right.
I have some issues with that movie altogether because first it only comes out every like 23 years,
Yes.
but he drives a truck.
The second one, they don't. There's
just flies?
no beating you at all. It's like, what? Why was that even a thing?
They didn't know what they were doing the first one.
Understood.
But he's like dormant for 23 years.
Yeah, it's weird.
Can't you just kill him like lava or something or acid?
He has the. Huh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
How come nobody
He's
threw
not
that?
impervious to damage. You could have harpooned him technically.
I
in the
think, like, as long as there's like a chunk of him, he's kind of like Cell from Dragon. As long as there's like a small chunk of him, he'll regenerate.
Well, that's what she.
Ship his
well,
ass
that-
to a steel mill.
Well, no, yeah, that's what Patricia Belcher's character was saying. Like, he's eaten so many parts, he doesn't know like how to die or whatever.
Oh, he
And
gonna
it's like-
learn.
That reminds me of the wheel movie with the that
With
killer
rubber?
wheel, the rubber.
Rubber. Jeez.
That's
I don't know,
not
the
a
way
movie,
the way you
that's
said
action
the
movie.
way no the way she said that part just triggered the thought of rubber in my head. I was
He's
like,
killed so much he doesn't know how to turn back.
There you go.
To know how to turn back into a tire.
I
It's like
will
child's
say
play.
this. I will say this. Of course, it's like, oh, you don't want any of the like high schoolers to get killed. I was happy that one kid was killed.
There's always that one kid.
No, like-
Good, he got it.
Towards the end, that blonde, like, I'm the quarterback, I'm special, and he was like partially racist. I was like, please die. I can't remember if
I
he
like
died,
how
but
they
please
make
die.
them all look like high school kids, but they all look like they're in their mid-20s and shit.
Yeah,
Look
for
like
sure.
like they're about to
They're
go
all-
drinking at the club after
all-
they get dropped off.
Hmm.
Apparently, there's a Jeepers Creepers comic. Probably.
There's also a third one.
There's a comic book for everything if you haven't noticed. Alien
Yeah.
versus Predator, Alien Predator as a
Jason.
whole,
Yeah.
Jason, Jeepers Creepers,
Child's Play.
Child's
Child's
Play has
Play.
one.
That franchise took the weirdest fucking.
I
time.
remember. Okay, so this is. I think the first Jeepers Creepers came out when. I think like my freshman year of high school. And that's when I discovered fan fiction and stuff.
Oh God.
So my dumbass actually went looking at some of the Jeepers Creepers stuff, and I found one.
She types in Jeepers
Um,
Creepers and romance.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's technically a
Jeepers
romance, but anyway, so yeah, it's an alternate universe where he kidnaps Trish, and of course he uses her to like impregnate. He tries to impregnate her.
He's
I don't
killed.
remember
so
how
much,
that went.
Not how to love.
You show him how to live.
He adds emphasis to the creeper part of his name.
He's already like sniffing everything inside, like close.
Going full
shit,
Joe
so there's already-
Biden. Just-
I don't know what happens to this podcast.
we started about horror
That's
movies.
what to
and
that's
horror
what to
movies are
expect
funny.
in the
That's a
podcast.
switch. Nah,
That is
so
what's
like I'm whittling down my list of the like Halloween movies that HBO Max suggested. I
Mhm.
just finished What did I just do?
Did you see the one that had nothing to do with Michael Myers?
The
That
one
was
where it was
Halloween 3. I
person-
think it was 3.
he was in,
Oh,
he was in the mental hospital. Someone
well,
was
I
just
haven't seen
impersonating
any
him.
of the Halloween movies, so
I've
I'm
heard that
not.
too. Yeah.
I can't just jump to the. See, like they have like Child's Play 2 and 3, but they don't have the first one, so I can't watch it.
Well, technically, the first Friday the 13th movie it wasn't Jason.
No, had nothing to do with him. And the second one was him, but he didn't have the hockey mask yet.
Not until
Hockey
the
mask
third
doesn't
one.
show up till the third one.
He had like the
Well,
sack over his head, right?
The old burlap sack, one eye.
Yeah, well, I
In the
still can't
reboot,
jump-
he starts off
jump-
with the sack with the potato sack.
I like
Yeah.
that part.
I still can't jump around like that.
In the first one, it's his mom.
Which is the whole reason why he goes killing everybody is because his mom's telling him to do it. He's crazy. Also, getting like chopped in the fucking head will probably mess up your mental capacity.
Yeah, apparently taking a chop to the head from a butcher's knife makes you immortal.
There you go.
At some point, he becomes a zombie. I know there's
He's
two
not a
ver-
zombie. He doesn't eat people.
he is a highly advanced. He's considered a zombie because
I think he's more of a
doesn't-
hellspawn
did.
because he goes to hell and then comes back.
That was in a later movie. And the Jason Goes to Hell movie is one of the worst fucking ones. That's where his soul goes and takes other people. So either he is a zombie, an advanced one, or he is considered a spirit. But he's only a spirit in one of them, and that's the Jason Goes to Hell. But he's considered a zombie in everything else.
No, but
And
he
then there's the
regenerates.
Jason.
That's why I consider him a hellspawn.
Right. But has one of the type of zombies who regenerate. And his comic book version regenerates damn like Wolverine, is super fast. So killing him's almost impossible. And then there's the Jason X version.
Oh god, that one's the worst one.
Jason Tex.
Jason in space.
They fight each other in the comics. They have the zombie Jason versus Uber Jason. And
Uber Jason?
Uber, because he's
Yes,
like super
Uber.
powerful.
Okay.
He's the strongest version of Jason. Is
Yeah, then do you have Uber Jason and you have Lyft Jason?
Yeah.
Lyft Jason.
Look,
Uber versus
Take
Lyft.
your pick.
where's my Uber Eats Jason?
Well,
There you go.
where's the DoorDash Jason?
That's right.
Like they're
Or better
fighting.
yet, where's
I want to see Jason
Oh,
Voorhees in a Pizza Hut uniform.
that'd be funny.
Or Jimmy John's.
Say it.
Because he can teleport. He'll
Say
get
it
there.
again.
I want to
5
see him in
seconds
a
flat.
Pizza Hut
His name.
uniform or in a Jimmy John's uniform because he can get there super freaky fast by teleporting.
Anyway.
Teleportation.
Yep.
So he fights himself, and who wins? I want to know.
It is a stalemate
Oh, that's so stupid.
because neither one of them can kill each other.
Throw one of them in the sun.
Anyway.
Survive
What?
that, bitch.
Well, Jason X survives falling through Earth's atmosphere. At the end of Jason X, they shuttle him out, but he survives that. And then the zombie Jason
In the movie or in the comic?
the movie, he falls through.
They
the
didn't show
atmosphere.
him though. They just showed the mask.
Right. And in the comic, he survives it
That's stupid.
because he can. The nanobites regenerate him for that one, but he was the zombie that turned into the Uber Jason for Jason X.
Wait, how did they
So
even
he's-
come to fight each other? Was there time travel?
It was a weird witch.
It's a
thingy.
weird explanation.
It's horror movie comics, which makes less sense than fucking
Or movie
movies do.
logic.
But like Jason X can throw like a giant redwood tree, like the full thing. You can take it out and just chuck it like Master Tao from Dragon Ball, where he just chucks a pillar and flies on it. He can do almost the same
Does he
thing.
do that
only
and
he
fly?
only he can't jump on it because he's not that fast. But he's strong enough to just throw a giant redwood tree like a fucking javelin.
Yes.
And then zombie
Let's
Jason
see
just
him.
doesn't die.
Jump on top of it and fly on it.
He just holds on to it. Like that's how he flies like Thor. He throws something and it holds on to it.
Right, like put a strap to it and tie it around his wrist, so like, and it takes him with him.
Bye. Is that a giant robot? What the fuck?
What about Jason versus? You know Ash from?
Evil Dead?
Yeah, he was in the
Bruce
Marvel zombie comics.
Mm-hmm.
They put him in the Marvel Zombie?
Yes.
Yep,
How'd that go?
he got eaten.
I wonder why.
He got eaten by Howard the Duck.
The worst. Oh, ducks are mean though. So a zombie
Yeah,
duck.
though, to be fair, ducks are mean. Yeah, that's true. Ducks
So a
are mean.
3-foot tall zombie duck. It'll scare the hell out of you.
I kind of don't understand it because Deadpool and Wolverine throughout so many incarnations of the comics and cartoons, they can heal from any virus or any disease. But in Marvel Zombies, they can't heal from the zombie. One.
Deadpool does.
No, he's zombified.
Deadpool turns. It must be a different version of it. Or it must be an alternate one where Deadpool gets bit by zombies, but the zombie turns into a Deadpool.
That's a different version.
Okay.
That sounds like something
Because
that would happen to
what happens? He
Deadpool.
passes out because it's in his canon. It's in the zombie universe where he passes out because he was in a chimichanga eating contest and he ate too much and passed out. And he woke up and the apocalypse is going on. And then he's like, "What's going on?" And zombie bites him, and then the zombie turns into Deadpool. So he goes around infecting all the zombies, so they're no longer zombies and they'll be Deadpools.
No,
But then
yeah,
it's
I
like
think
a
that's-
zombie apocalypse
I think
goes
it might
around,
be
they're all
just like
Deadpools. He might have had a fever dream. I'm not entirely sure how that series ended.
I don't know what I've never heard of that one. In this one though, when fucking Galactus show, I am Galactus, eater of worlds,
They just eat them.
and they just fucking eat him. Just jump on him and eat him.
I like they're so afraid of Magneto. When Magneto shows up, it's like, oh shit, because he could just throw buildings at him.
Dude,
Like a
they
bunch
eat
of
his
their
ass too.
Yeah, they do eat his ass too.
He threw a frisbee.
corn on the cob.
He threw Colonel America. He threw Colonel America's shield at him and chopped it. It's like, oh damn it!
This is the thing, like they don't die like zombies.
They don't die like traditional zombies.
and they don't keep.
Oh,
like,
he's
most
saying
of
that's
their
the Night of
powers
the
either.
Living Deadpool.
Oh, okay, that one.
I like the name is pretty clever for that.
Good work, Deadpool.
Night of the
Because in Marvel Zombies, he does become a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
The last 6 like movies I've been watching. I don't know why I did that. The last 6 like horror movies I've been watching, they've been
He
like,
did like
It was
the last 6
actually
movies. I've seen.
5. You quoted the 6 at the horror.
It was 4, but you watched half of 4, so
Like
they
4
added
no,
up
I've
to
been
2.
watching. So like starting with like Tuesday, Tuesday night did we do anything? I already can't forgot. But I told you guys I was gonna watch that 3-hour one, and I did. That was actually really good. So it's this Japanese movie about like love and supernatural stuff.
Oh,
So it's
God.
like horror light. Well, no. So it's just classic creepy tales from Japan. So it was one like I already forgot him.
Oh no.
Oh, the one about the samurai that like abandons his wife, goes to be like a better samurai or whatever, comes back because he misses his wife and turns out she died and he was like sleeping with her ghost or whatever. And then there's one about the
That sounds like a poorly written anime.
and then,
There probably
and then
is an
there's one
anime.
about
I'm sure there is.
the woman in the snow, which it's actually kind of sort of, I think it inspired one of the stories in Creepshow. Because I remember seeing Creepshow off of something, and there was a story about a guy that like found a gargoyle, and the gargoyle and went, well, okay, so in the Japanese one that I saw, so it's this woman that froze like his mentor to death, and he says, well, and she says, well, you're kind of cute, so I'll leave you alone, but you can never ever tell a single soul what happened here tonight. And so he doesn't, and then another girl shows up in his life, and they fall in love, and they get married and have kids. And later, he finally admits that, okay, here's this thing that happened to me before I met you. And then it's revealed that
The ghost is
she
pregnant.
was,
She was the ghost.
she already was.
What?
Shit.
You spoiled it for us. Oh no. We'll never watch this
Holy
movie
crap,
now.
that's horrible.
Yeah, you
That
will.
is poor. Oh my, I'm done.
No,
I'm
it's
done.
not.
The ghost got pregnant.
Never mind. We're not going to go into that. What's another one? Another one is about a blind monk that sings to a whole clan, like they died in a battle. So he tells them their story.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't understand the last one. But anyway, it's beautifully done.
Those aren't horror
Um,
movies.
The practical effects are like a little bit cheesy here and there, but it's really good. And then just the whole scene work is just gorgeous.
I'm still laughing at the fucking
There's a
dude
new
banging
horror
the
movie
ghost
on
and impregnating
Hulu
it.
about a killer weave.
Of
It's
course there
almost
is.
as bad as like when I was.
So
No.
that was like a decent one. So that wasn't like horribly scary. I liked it.
There
The
is a
next one I
new-
saw,
There's a new horror movie on Hulu about a killer weave,
yes, I did see
like
that
a
trailer.
hairpiece.
Yes, I saw that trailer.
You're shitting me.
Like
Wow.
it possesses the person to do like bad things. I kind of want to see it.
It's a movie about someone's hand that does that.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Remember
Evil
Goosebumps?
hand.
Yeah.
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 I was thinking about the Haunted Mask or whatever, the one with the green mask.
No, that was one.
Mask.
Which was your favorite series? Which was
Wait,
just
what
mask.
did I miss?
The green
'cause-
mask? Mask?
No, yeah, because the way you said it's like
The
is the one with
Mask.
the green mask. I was like the mask.
No,
With
but
Jim
no,
Carrey?
it's
Or
a
the
green.
cartoon.
It's called the Haunted Mask, and it's about it's
Oh.
a green fucking
Son of the
mask.
Mask. Son of the Mask. It's pretty horrifying.
It's very like the mask
Yeah.
because when she puts it on, it becomes her, and she
Somebody
turns into
stop
it.
me!
Except like
Into a
instead of
Jim
saying
Carrey
somebody stop
impersonator.
me, it's like I'm gonna kill you and I'm gonna
True.
Makes
eat
them
all your
equal.
Again.
I'm gonna kill you, but before I do, I'm gonna eat all your candy in front of you and then kill you.
I remember. Yeah, I
A
remember.
fate worse than death.
I remember
Yeah,
Goosebumps
that is
actually
a
like
favorite
freaking me
too.
out as a kid. What was it?
They had that
there was the one with
creepy
the plants.
puppet. I
There
like
was the
the
one with
puppet
the
one.
Puppet, yeah. Benson.
I've seen that thing all the time. But I don't
Slappy, I
remember
think.
the actual.
Slappy,
You
there
mean
we go,
not
slap
Chucky?
him
Yeah.
It was
Not
it
Chucky.
was creepier than Chucky.
Fuck
Yeah.
no,
There was the
Chucky
one with
had
the
red hair
plants.
and he had a soul. That was creepy.
Which
Y'all
was
remember
wrong because
Eric-
gingers don't have souls. So
There you go.
wrong.
Y'all
dude.
remember Erie, Indiana?
Yes.
You're in it, yeah.
For a little bit. And
That
are
actually
you,
is.
are you afraid of the dark?
Are You Afraid of the Dark was good. And then
Tales from the
there's
Crypt?
Anyone seen
Tales from
Nightmare
Crypt,
Room.
Yeah.
anyone seen
The
the
Nightmare
first
Room?
Resident Evil movie?
I'm in that room. The
Uh,
first one?
The first
Yes.
one.
The cool one?
There's no such thing.
I like the
Cool one.
Swiss cheese is that one guy.
Oh yeah.
It turns him into a Rubik's puzzle. He becomes diced meat.
Yeah, he does. He gets fucking chopped up like
That's,
ham.
that was a cruel joke from that AI. It's like, okay, you got this. Oh, fuck.
Oof.
Yeah, because he's all badass. Like I got this. I'm gonna dodge you. You can't. You don't want none. I want all the smoke. And
You have selected
his
hard
actual
mode.
words were shit.
Yeah. Well, no, like I want to go back to like Erie, Indiana really quick because that wasn't like too bad of a. The only difference was it wasn't like random stories. It was specifically about like these two kids in Indiana and all this weird shit happens. But like one episode in particular, I think it's like the second or third one. It was really early in the series. They're talking to this one kid, and it's that making fun of that trope, like, oh, when you get like braces and whatever, and the kid's got all the hardware on him, and they find out he can like communicate, he can like hear what dogs think. The weirdest part was that, okay, so like automatically all the dogs are already vicious for reasons. And so
Dogs are
I'll
meat.
go ahead and spoil this
Were they
one
chihuahuas?
because you can find it.
Chihuahua.
Basically,
Dogs?
the end of
They
the
all acted
basically
like
the end of the
chihuahuas.
show was they implied that the kid with the hardware had led the dogs away from our main characters, and later you see a dog bring back all his
Braces.
brace work. So they just implied that the dogs ate this kid
The kids had a.
and left nothing but the thing. They didn't do anything wrong with the dogs. The dogs are just vicious for reasons, and it's like, what the fuck is happening?
I mean, fuck.
I
it,
could
the dog-
understand if it's
the
cats.
dogs had a kids meal.
There you go. That's like the easiest. That's the
Except
easiest.
and then the toy
Only one
was
of them
the,
had a
the
toy.
braces.
Well, they would
They
have
got
Yeah.
a toy out of it.
straight up killed that kid.
So
Neat.
here's
they
here's something
killed
I'd
him.
ask y'all. I was watching Cinemassacre and they were going over horror movies. So
Monster Baddies.
they labeled Terminator, the first one, as a horror movie.
Mostly sci-fi.
action suspense, not horror.
Yeah.
Sci-fi
Could it
action.
could it be horror though? Because it's not really actiony. They're running the whole time.
I'm gonna go with horror. just because it's a thing you can constantly see. They don't try to scare you with it. It's just the pursuit that
But
is
that's
scary.
what's scary about it, is this is a fucking machine, not Jason Voorhees.
Right.
40s.
But that would we were trying to get you to say that earlier too, because you keep saying it weird.
I can't say his name.
Voorhees.
Voorhees.
I can't say it. I can't say it.
You know what? Just say 40s. There you
I'll
go.
just say Jason. No,
Voorhees.
I can't. I
Just
can't
stick
say the
with
name because of
Jason.
my.
All right, fine.
No worries. 40.
So he's not Jason, or
Voorhees.
I don't know.
he's not Leatherface. He's a machine. He's not gonna hide. He will
Yeah.
walk
Yeah.
through walls to come get you. That's the horror part of it, though.
Hmm. That's the horror aspect of him.
Yeah. It's
I
just
mean-
like the lengths they'll go to.
Now,
Get to
At what point
I
does
can
a
see how
monster? At what point does a monster movie become a horror movie? Because you have a monster movie that's not a horror movie.
it's a horror
Shape
movie
of
because
Water.
it's a bad guy that's killing a ton of people.
Yeah.
Right, but monster
that's-
movies usually have that too, like
But
Godzilla.
that's also
Yeah,
but that's a
monster
Batman
movie.
movie too.
Godzilla could be considered a horror movie.
Right, but you wouldn't.
A different type of horror movie.
No, like back then, it might have been considered a horror movie. Not
I think
anymore.
It was.
I think
it
I think
was.
Godzilla was considered a horror movie.
Like back in the day, and now it's just
I don't think they had a good enough
Godzilla.
terms back then. They had like three things. Either this is a horror movie, a comedy, or a
But-
kung fu.
I think
Well,
in
keep
the
in mind-
80s, Terminator was considered horror.
Yeah, probably back then because they didn't have like a sci-fi specific section.
Because you
that
can
they
make
could
the
classify it as.
like you can make that argument. I can also make the same argument that Cavern in the Woods is not a fucking comedy, but there are certain aspects of it that do make it a comedy.
right.
And so we have subsections. We have
Like
horror, comedy.
yeah, like I guess it depends on like
action
what
comedy.
type of horror.
What do you think
because
about?
there's
What do you
slasher
think
horror.
of?
There's
what do you think of-
paranormal.
You gonna say Sonic?
What about? What about Gremlins? A lot of people say it's a comedy, but
I
like
think
back
it's a
then
horror.
I'd say it's a horror comedy.
Hmm.
But it's
It's a-
meant to be funny.
I think Terminator's an action horror movie.
I think it's funny. They think they're a family movie.
Gremlins.
Yeah,
Well,
a lot of
there's a
people do
family.
consider-
Yeah,
Those little rats are not
but that's
family
another
friendly.
Christmas movie.
The little goblin.
That's another
That
Christmas
ain't come out
movie.
during the
Goblins.
Christmas season though, so
That is technically a Christmas
The
movie. It
first-
takes place
the
in
first-
Christmas,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
so
takes place during Christmas.
Gremlins
Yeah.
is a
so it's a
Christmas
Christmas movie.
Gizmo was a
but
Christmas
at least
kid.
Nightmare Before Christmas came out during the holiday season.
Yeah,
Then-
between Halloween and Christmas.
No, it didn't come out in
Boom.
October. It didn't come out in October.
Well, no, Gremlins
It did.
actually
It
is
did come
set.
out in October.
Did it?
Gremlins is actually
October.
set on
October
Christmas.
20. I don't know. I was recently reminded. I think it was like in 1993, October 93. Let me look up the date.
After you watch it.
Ironically, it was October 13th on a fucking Friday.
Yeah, so they
Sounds
knew.
about right.
Oh,
Like I actually watched that with my mom, and I think we were both like into it until we got to the part where the girl explains like how her dad was trying to be Santa Claus and got stuck in the chimney and they couldn't find him for days.
Oh, the Gremlins, right? Yeah, that shit was like fucking sad.
is that the one where the
That
dad
was like-
died in the chimney, and the only reason why they discovered him
Yes.
because they lit the chimney up, and
And they could smell it.
oh, that's
Yeah.
fucked up.
That is sad.
I was
Gremlins.
like, that took a turn like real quick.
Even,
First off, why
even,
was his dumbass going down the chimney?
I know. Why
Maybe
were
they
you
said
trying
that.
to be that
How'd you
authentic?
not find him for 3 days?
Yeah,
Why didn't he scream?
killed him
Did-
instantly. I don't remember the whole thing, but yeah, like that was just like this movie was doing like kind of decently, and then
You can't even get down.
Like,
Have you
what?
seen a chimney? They're not that big.
They're not
Yeah.
meant for people,
they're not meant for real people.
for magic people with beards.
Yeah. And then they tried to do the same thing in Gremlins 2 with like President's Day. It was like, stop, just go. But then I think they switched it so like, because all she ever said was like, I had this uncle, and it's like, wait, what did your uncle do to you, sweetie?
The fuck movie is this we're talking about?
Gremlins 2.
Oh, I never saw it. I never
Oh,
really
the
saw the
trick
first
boogaloo.
one. I just know you can't feed them past midnight, and you shouldn't put
Yeah.
water on them because it duplicates them.
Yep. Gremlins 2 was weird because there was also like a part in the movie where it just stops being the movie and it turns into like
Wait, is that he broke his neck? Is that from the chimney dude?
Yeah.
God, that's
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah.
It's just unrelated to the story of Gremlins too. Just put
But
that
still.
in there. It's like he broke his neck going down the
Nobody
chimney.
cares about
Yeah.
them rats.
Thanks.
Had to do some like character building or something. I don't know, but yeah.
Oh, she has character. Her dad died in chimney.
Yeah.
I still want to watch that movie, like
And then possibly her uncle.
the
touched
one
her
where,
up
like
there.
the one we were
Doesn't
talking about
say, who
last,
knows?
the one we were talking about last time, where they're gonna rob the blind guy, and it turns out he's like,
Don't breathe.
yeah,
We need to see that.
that sounds awesome. And
That's
the
good,
collector,
yeah.
it's between the collector and Don't Breathe.
Is that the one? I saw this one movie. I saw the end of it where like somebody's on like ice and there's like glass above them and they're watching basically somebody else get like smushed between two walls. What's that? That's literally how it ends.
Glass?
What is that?
There's
have no idea.
There's a
No.
movie called Escape Room. That might be it.
That one's pretty cool. That
No,
one's
this came
interesting.
out. No, this was before those came out.
No,
I saw this clip.
by
Star Wars?
Hellraiser.
I don't know.
Star
I saw
Wars?
this. Shush.
Star Wars.
No, dumbass, it's not Star Wars. Star Wars doesn't have somebody on ice watching everyone get squished. They
Pretty
didn't
sure they
even
have
get
ice in there somewhere.
Yeah, they have ice,
Shut.
And a trash compactor.
and somebody's watching them get squashed as R2D2 and CP3.
Just laughing.
Yeah, getting high.
Pretty sure it's Star Wars.
Well, that was the Family Guy
Um,
version. In the Family Guy version, they were getting high.
It's obviously not Star Wars, but it could be.
No, the Star Wars Family Guy trilogy. What's Star Wars?
No, this was this was like all the way back in like maybe 2013, 2012. Because it was
Aw.
this movie came out. This movie was aired on TV, I think right before Raw came out or SmackDown. And this is when I was watching it for a
It's
stint.
got to be an older movie.
Yes, I never said it was like a new movie.
I
just
think it's a Hellraiser movie.
Wait,
Also, why would I have just seen the
Evil
tail
Dead
end
2.
of a new movie?
Evil Dead 2.
I don't know. I've seen Evil Dead 2. It's not Evil Dead 2.
No, that's
Why,
what-
are you
I'm
guys
just-
just like naming random horror
No,
movies
I'm
now?
telling. I was
Read the
God. You're
comments.
here getting mad at me.
Oh.
I'm literally reading what's in the comment section.
Okay. I don't know. That was like just weird, and I was like, I saw that ending, and it actually like shows the guy getting like turned into a pancake on top of this guy that's again, like just watching
Gets
from like
turned into a fucking pancake. What the fuck?
Well,
Anyways,
I'm
three-dimensional.
tired
What
of you
about-
not listening.
Do a
no,
one-dimensional
but I've
thing.
never. You gotta understand that I've never heard of this. So I mean,
Yeah, I don't know either. That's what I'm saying. It's literally the last like 2 minutes of the movie. I came across it. You got this one person who's sleeping on top of ice, and there's like a glass thing on top of him. And this other guy is in a room, and the walls are coming in to turn him into a pancake. And you're watching the guy slowly get put, like, it shows he's trying to stop the wall, and his bone gets pushed out of his elbow. And I was like,
Ugh.
Seen that scene. What is it from? Now I'm curious because I've seen that specific scene before, and now I don't.
yeah,
know
that's
it
what I'm
is.
saying. Like, that's what I saw. And then it was either SmackDown or Raw. I can't remember what
I think
came
it
on
might be.
next.
I think it might be one of the Hellraiser movies,
Is it one?
possibly. There's a lot of
Okay.
them.
Haven't seen any of them, so I don't know. I just saw that tail end, and I was like, "Well, that happened."
A lot of just
Well,
gruesome killing people. in that
question-
Show me
film.
my John Cena. I don't know.
It was John Cena.
What
John
about-
Cena wouldn't have gotten squished.
John Cena later gets no,
Too strong.
too strong.
What about The Purge?
Yeah, it's horror. I
Always.
think it's horror.
Yeah,
The first two are horror.
aren't they like slasher horror?
The first two are kind of slasher horror. It becomes action with the third one because the third one becomes very political, and the fourth one is like, it's like they explain how it got started.
Right.
So in the fourth one, whenever they explain how it got started, they're like, "Oh, if you do the experiment, we'll pay you." And they're thinking, "Oh my, okay, these people are gonna go in there and start murdering each other, and it's gonna like feed us a lot of data." No, as soon as it started, everyone just started partying and breaking into ATMs and breaking it. Like what I actually thought, like because I always ask the question, like the purge makes no sense. If there was an 8-hour period where all crime was legal, why do they think the human's first instinct is just to start killing each other?
Right.
Like my first instinct would be, hey, I'm gonna go hit a fucking target.
Same.
because you know, killing people ain't like that's I don't like that. But even after the purge is over, I'm still gonna be poor.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can go and rob somebody or rob a store, rob somebody, and get something out of it, and it's legal, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Oh, the idea is that you would go and try to rob someplace, that someone else would be robbing it too, and that's where the violence would happen.
Well, no, they explained that the whole point of the purge was they wanted the lower class citizens to start killing each other because they would like the more people died, the less government resources people would use up. That was one of the political fights.
I would imagine the cost of the purge each time would be astronomical, though.
It wasn't as astronomical as like a whole year. Like, let's say 1 million people that were on welfare died.
Right.
That adds more. That accumulates more than the damage itself because they had purge insurance, and you would actually pay like a shit ton of money to be covered during the purge. For 1 day a year, you would pay a shit ton of money.
I'd break a lot of shit. I don't even know if I would steal anything.
I would rob myself.
There would not be a mailbox intact in my town. I would just destroy them all. Got nothing better to do.
I would rob myself. Be like, oh, claiming the insurance.
Y'all seen that House?
Mm-mm.
Is that just the entire name?
Yeah. House.
The one with Hugh Laurie?
No, not the show. It's
That's
a
a horror.
movie.
Have you ever seen the movie
No.
House of 1,000 Corpses?
No.
Yeah, I have.
The one directed by Rob Zombie? No?
Yeah, how's it? I saw it once. I don't need to see it again.
Don't watch the movie. Get the DVD version, pop it in the DVD player, and just let it sit there. The DVD menu, it's a clown dude, and he starts talking to you.
Yeah.
If you leave it playing for so long, eventually he gets tired and frustrated. He's like, you know what? Fuck this, and fuck you. He pulls out a fucking adult magazine. I forgot what it was called. A Penthouse. He pulls out a Penthouse magazine and starts reading the girl's interest. Ah, shit. He starts reading it in front of you in the fucking DVD menu. I thought that shit was fucking hilarious because I put the DVD in and I went to go make something and it took me about half an hour.
He got pissed.
I come back and he's fucking yelling at me like, "What the fuck? Start the movie already."
I haven't seen House.
So that's what I watched after the 3-hour one. So it's another Japanese horror film, which is funny because when you go on like
real quick. I don't
no,
mean to
the
interrupt
horror
you.
part.
Hold on, real quick.
It's like,
And you
Dan.
smash no, the chat's not closed. We still acknowledge. We can still see the comments. The thing is, we took down the chat because we are trying new things. Plus, if somebody says something stupid on the chat, not saying that we started getting bots on the chat, and we really don't want that on the channel or on any of the videos. So we took down it's just, we don't know. We're seeing how it works out. We've only done this for like a month or so.
oh, we can still see it.
But we still see the comments and we still acknowledge them. So you can still comment and we will acknowledge it.
So it's this Japanese horror film. On my TV tracker thing, it's actually listed as a comedy. I was like, who is coming up with these genres? This is dumb. So it's set in like the late 70s, and it's about this, pretty sure she's a 16-year-old girl and her friends. And she goes off to visit her aunt's house, and one by one her friends are like eaten or something, and it's so dumb.
Whoa. Oh my.
And it's just like retard. Sorry. So they all have like little nicknames, like their personality traits make them have given them these nicknames. And the house is trying to eat them, and they're not really doing a good job of trying to stop it. And the entire time I'm like, okay, can we just, all right, how are they going to defeat the evil? How are they going to break the curse and everything? And in the meantime, there's like these random, like they just started with like green screen stuff or whatever. But again, there are quite a few clips where you're just seeing full frontal of the actresses, and it's
Boobies.
like, aren't these 16-year-olds? What are we doing? What is happening here? And I'm just like, there's just a little.
How
I
old is
didn't
this?
like them.
1977.
Yeah,
It's
77.
it's a Japanese film, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't they have like different rules when it comes to that shit?
Yeah, they also might be like 20 years old for actors. So
Yeah.
I mean, even well, okay, yeah, the actresses, but the characters are 16 because they were like, the
we're
main one
getting
especially was like,
stuff.
I was 6 years old the last time I was here, and later she's like, and that was like 10 years ago, and it's like,
Yeah, but if their memory's anything like mine, that could have been like 20 years ago. And they're
Yeah, I
fucking
know.
30 now.
It's still not cool.
no, they're like quite a few scenes start with them in school, and they're talking to their teachers and stuff. So it's like, yeah, these are high school students. Why?
Are you sure it's
What
not
is-
an adult movie that you watched?
I'm 100% sure it's not an adult movie I just watched.
And You Smash It said House 1977. It's the
Thank you.
craziest Japanese horror film ever.
I saw
Or
a horror
Like,
comedy
that's-
film I
it's-
like is Tucker
yeah.
and Dale versus the Forces of Evil.
You ever seen Scouts versus Zombies?
No,
Have you ever
it's
seen
another versus. I'm guessing.
Freaks of Nature?
No,
So that one was like a very under the radar. I liked it. It's a very under the radar, low budget film to where it's humans, zombies, and vampires are living together and they're all going to high school. And then they start fighting because some bad shit is happening. They're blaming each other. And then aliens invade and then they all have to team up. It's a fucking comedy horror.
well, fuck those vampires. Well, fuck those zombies. Fuck the humans.
Like,
Ah,
no,
shit.
one of the vampires is like pale and he's always like, he looks like Edward Cullen. And the girl's like, oh, you haven't called me. Yeah. And he's like, I only look like this to pick up chicks. You think I like looking like a douchebag? It's a really good movie.
List
Yeah.
of things I wrote down.
What about the original Predator?
I put it down as a horror movie.
Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of.
that seems more like a horror action.
Yeah.
It's a different type of horror movie than Terminator is, where
It's almost the
this
same
one's
shit.
Well,
but for
no, just because
you
it has
can't
the same
see them.
actor.
It's an unseen threat, like Jaws.
Yeah.
Jaws is a horror movie.
Yeah, Predator, you didn't.
Right,
Yeah.
but-
No, Predator is just like Jaws, and you didn't see the thing until like the last, towards the end of the movie. Like
Right,
you
but-
always saw the shadow and stuff. You always saw the glimmer of
The
Predator,
shark.
but you didn't. Yeah, and like the fins of the shark, but you didn't actually see the shark, and you didn't actually see the Predator until the end of the movie.
Where in Terminator, you see Arnold Schwarzenegger the entire fucking time.
Well, what's he supposed to do? He's a refrigerator with legs. He's not going to hide.
I mean, a film tactic would be just not film him.
Yeah.
Just, like from perspective, show what
But
your
he
gesture perspective
he walks, he keeps walking forward and mows down. He murders countless people, and then they start screaming and running away from him. So I feel like that's a horror movie.
I feel like that's just a mass shooting movie with a
I mean-
robot. It's a Skynet all over again. What are you looking up?
Nothing.
I want to go through. I made a list of my top 10 horror movies.
All right, go
They're
for
not
it.
in order of like best though, because one of them I like. I have one that's my favorite one. I have a Happy Death Day, which
That was good.
it's a cool twist on the Groundhog Day
Yeah.
art thing. Saw the first one. I don't like the other ones. The first one was the best one. Night of the Living Dead, 28 Days Later, A Nightmare on Elm Street, The Thing, which that's a great movie. The old one, not the fucking new one that came out a few years ago.
I
That
don't
was
remember
awful.
ever finishing that one.
It was good. It's what the Among Us thing is based off of. Alien, Friday the 13th Part 3. because
Which
that's what-
alien?
the first
The
one.
first one.
Alien 1.
1979.
The good one.
The good one.
Friday the 13th Part 3.
Aliens was good.
I think the first one. I still think
I think the
first
third.
one's
I
better.
think everyone just didn't like the third one.
Yeah.
Aliens was the second one.
No,
Yeah,
I know.
Aliens was a sequel.
Yeah.
that's
The
one
one James
by
Cameron did.
Alien 3 wasn't that great because they just like retconned everything that happened in the second
Then
one.
kept
Resurrection
showing
didn't
the
help
fuck-
either.
after Alien 2, they all just kind of suck.
Yeah.
Then I've Halloween as my 9, and then my favorite is Dawn of the Dead, back in the remake in 2004. It's when they're in the
Okay.
mall.
Yeah, I saw Night of the Living Dead.
Wait,
That wasn't
Dawn
like
of the
too.
Dead, the original or the most
The
2004
remake.
one.
I do like the remake.
Okay.
Night of the Living Dead wasn't too bad. I like that it actually had the black guy like live until like the last second. I was like, damn it! Of course you did that. Jesus Christ.
The cliche, the black dude always dies in the movie first.
And especially because this was back in the 60s. I was like kind of impressed by that. I was like, okay, we're gonna go ahead. You give us the token black guy, okay.
No.
Wait, he's
Okay.
not the first to die? Hey.
Well,
It's
it's, not
always
like
the-
the
it's
very
always the
first
chick
Day
that's-
of the Dead.
In 90% of horror movies, it's always a chick that survives.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the Day of the Dead one, the very first one, the black guy survived at the very end, and then the
They all
humans
got
killed
turned
him.
into man witches.
No, the humans killed the black guy because
Yeah.
they
In
They
the first
thought
one,
he was a
wait,
zombie.
the very first one, the black and white one back in like 19
Night of the Living Dead.
60 something. Yeah.
Yeah, the very
Night
first.
of
it's
the
like
Living Dead is
68
the
or
first
so.
zombie movie. Then it's Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Then it's Day of the Dead. Then it's Brunch of the Dead.
Stop it.
We go out from
Shaun of the
mimosas
Dead.
with the dead. I would have put Shaun of the Dead on there, but we discussed that that does not count as a horror movie,
a
even
comedy.
though I
It's
think
still horror. It's a comedy. It's a comedy. But
It's
I
Don't-
mean,
don't
it falls
forget-
in the
don't-
same
don't
category
forget,
as
don't
it falls in the
forget.
same category as Happy Death Day.
Don't forget Linner of the Dead, because you got to have some Linner.
Second Breakfast of the Dead,
Brunch, Leonard.
Lord of the Rings of the Dead.
Going to the mall with the dead.
Oh my god.
I'm on with the
They
dead.
do. That's
No.
what it is on though. There's one at the mall. That's the
The Omen was good.
mall one was good.
Which one
I
is
like
the
it.
one, the stupid romantic one where the zombie falls in love and then he turns into
Oh,
a human?
I actually know. I know what movie you're talking about. I'm trying to remember
Hearts.
the title.
No, Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies.
Warm
Which
Bodies.
is,
there
it's
you go.
Romeo and Juliet, but zombies.
I
But
like it.
zombies, yeah, but zombified.
Except they're already dead and they come back to life.
I liked Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. That's a book.
It is a book.
I did not read.
So is Pride and Prejudice. They're both books.
Yes.
Pride and Prejudice
The
is
Omen-
a decent enough movie and book as it is, but then like yeah, they threw in the zombies. I'm like,
Paranormal
okay.
Activity.
I was gonna, but I wanted to put. I would put Cloverfield on there before I put Paranormal Activity.
Okay.
I don't like
Paranormal
Cloverfield either.
Activity, the first few, or like when it got too outrageous?
After the second one, I thought it was just dumb.
The
kinda
last one
dumb.
has no fucking jump scare at all.
Which one? Oh, the one. Wait, which one?
It's like the fifth one. Technically, it's the sixth one, but they call it. Oh, it's called Paranormal Activity: The Final Chapter, or some shit like that, or maybe that was Final Destination.
Man, I forgot Final Destination.
Final
Destination
Destination
was
was weird
weird.
because the fifth one, the second one, and the fifth one, the first one, and the second one are all tied together, and then like the third and fourth are not related at
I think
all.
I've only seen like the
hated
first three or so.
what I hated that they call it Final Destination, Final Destination 2, Final Destination 3, and then the Final Destination,
It
Yeah.
wasn't even the final one.
and then Final Destination
made-
5.
They made like two more.
Well, I like how the fifth one actually tied into the first.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we're talking about the fourth one. The fourth one's called
Yeah, no, the
Final
fourth one was
Destination,
stupid as fuck.
which is so
The
stupid.
third
Yeah,
one is the
wasn't-
one where you can select their faith with like some interactive DVD feature.
Final Destination 3D.
Interesting.
It's the 3D.
But-
I love the filming style of those movies. Are
The
really
first
good.
one was really good because Death actually had a presence of
Yeah.
some kind. Like you could see shadows or the grass moving or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like Death was an actual like entity.
Yeah.
Where in the third one, like the fifth one, I was watching it and the guy had an old ass cell phone. I'm like, what the fuck?
I feel old.
I'm like, what the shit? The hell? Like, why does he have that kind of cell phone? And then the movie ends right where the first one begins. I'm like, holy.
That was
Mind
one of my
blown.
favorite twists.
And then the first one plays into the second one.
Right.
So like, I was wondering like, why didn't they just make them all related to each other? Like, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Because the
unique.
amount of convoluted stuff they'd have to tie in
No, they
Yeah.
just pulled an
And probably try to
American.
get
They pulled
the
an
same actors to
American
do
Pie
stuff.
with all this fucking side stories and all the movies. American
Like-
Pie, Bandcamp, American Pie, Shaun of the Dead, American.
That the Final Destination, the second one, is the reason that no one will drive behind a truck.
I
with
don't do that shit anymore.
Yeah.
I don't.
You
we
ever-
we
No
were
water
on our
bottles
way
on the
to
ground. No water
grade
bottles on the floor of the
something.
car. And
We were
no
on our way to that
dog
shitty
trucks.
town in the bumfucking nowhere, because I didn't want to say this last night because I didn't know if I could or not. But my dad went to go buy a truck, but went to go look into houses, but we actually went to go buy a truck. And in this small town, nobody's wearing a fucking face mask at all. We go to a gas station, like 2 people, and me, my brother, and my dad are the only ones wearing fucking face masks. Everybody else is like
Yeah.
opening shit and touching shit, and I'm all like,
Not touching anything here.
my dad's like,
Kinda Lysol out.
I'm like, my dad's like, do you want anything? No.
Not from here.
Not from here. And I told my dad, like, nobody's wearing a fucking face mask. Let's go.
Pretty sure I
So,
saw that man cough.
There's
on
a
the door.
truck, an 18-wheeler, that has all these fucking, the trees, after they strip them down and everything, has it just stacked up. In the back, I'm like, oh, hell no. I've seen enough Final Destination movies to know where this shit is going.
Yep.
And I am not testing my luck.
Yep.
That's where either you speed past them or you stop.
Dude,
and just
I was
wait a
doing
couple hours.
90 something to go past him.
I'll crack 100 to go past those fuckers if I have
Yep.
to.
And the tags to our car were expired, so I wasn't trying to like get any police attention at
To
all.
pull you over.
But
There's
I'd rather get a ticket than
Log
killed.
truck. a log truck.
Yeah,
guy.
I guess
Oh,
if the
get it.
cop, if you were got pulled over by the cop, they would be like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, we got you, we get it."
Bro, you
Judge-
seen Final
judges should
I
just
know
throw that
you're
out.
officer,
Throw the
I know
log
you're in the
truck.
middle of bumfucking nowhere, but have you heard of movies, motion pictures?
They take a picture, they move it. real quick.
Actually, you know what? If you want to feel a little sad, there's some guy on YouTube like posted that whole scene where like she's doing the vision of like everybody dying on the highway from Final Destination 2, and they replace with Ed, Edd and Eddie sound effects. That's like really funny actually. It's like the part where the guy gets like he crashes to like this truck and the truck explodes. It has
Yeah.
that it just explodes. It just looked really funny, but I'm like, damn, I feel awful, but it like eases the pain.
Oh, another one. The comment section says the original Poltergeist.
I hear it's good. I haven't seen it
I
yet.
haven't seen it either.
I think
Uh,
that it was
Needs
iconic
to be accessible.
because of when it came out, but I mean,
How come we're not talking
Doesn't-
about the
doesn't-
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake?
Because it sucks.
The guy that was tied up, he hangs him from a chandelier and then chainsaws him from the nutsack up.
Yep. I remember that.
That is still
okay.
I still have nightmares.
My
I was
dingleberries.
13 when I watched that shit.
still nightmares.
Shit gave me PTSD.
Me and
I
my
believe it.
friend, we would always watch horror movies together just because we loved making fun of them. So we watched all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. Like, okay, now let's watch the new one. And then we watched it, and it's just full of the dumb. It has, they made the iconic chase scene because in the original, there was a fucking forced chase scene where this lady ran from the guy for 30 minutes of this movie, just ran away in the woods. Went back to the house,
And
went in the house, up to the stairs, out the fucking window.
She went up the
back
stairs.
into the fucking wood. Yeah, she jumped out the fucking window.
Okay,
She's been in the
okay.
house
We
for
need
no
to address the
goddamn
elephant in the
reason.
room. We
White
really
people.
do. We need to address the elephant in the room. I don't mean to cut you off, but we need to talk about this. So I feel
Okay.
like we're never going to talk about what is up with white women or white people. Period. When they being chased by a maniac or some kind of serial killer, y'all's first instinct is to run up the fucking stairs.
Because they don't know how to use stairs. Clearly, it's the only way to get away from people.
What the hell? Like every horror movie I've seen, there's the door with the car filled with gas.
Yeah.
And the first thing she
Ah.
does is run up the damn stairs and hide in the closet like we can't hear her crying.
This point's kind of cliche.
Yeah.
The dumb decision. Like, the car's right there. It's full of gas. Or we can go hide behind his machete.
You know how
collection.
every horror movie starts? It's
Oh,
always some-
Geico did that
The
commercial.
Geico commercial.
know.
I was
Yeah, I
thinking
was
the
gonna say the
exact same thing
Geico
for like
commercial.
5 minutes.
It's always some white person saying, let's go investigate. Oh, hell no. I ain't no snitch. I didn't see shit.
I want to see a horror movie where the Mexican does that, and they're like, no,
Yeah.
and they leave.
We're not that curious. I hear
And they call the police. Like, dude, there's murders going on in this house.
Bruh, I hear
That was
I hear
Get
my,
Out.
I-
Get Out had that, didn't he?
Get
What?
Where
oh, let's
friend,
talk
the
about
friend of the black guy.
Shh. What?
It
James.
had
yeah. He's talking about
It
Get
had a
Out.
twist. Yeah. Have you seen?
Have you seen Get Out?
It's kind of a spoiler, not really a big
I've seen Get
spoiler,
Out.
but basically he should have just listened to his friend.
Yeah.
His friend
I
was right
trust
the
that white
entire
girl.
time. His friend wound up saving his ass at the very end of it.
There's an
because
alternate
he's,
ending where
like,
he
a police
ends up in
officer or
jail.
something.
Right.
He gets arrested
Yeah.
for murdering the family. It was kind of stupid. But dude, that movie was
Yeah, he
so
should have his friend.
well written.
Yeah.
There was so much little shit that I had missed, like the ID thing with the cop. Like, I thought that the girl was just standing up for him because it was a cop harassing a black dude. No. She really... He's like, let me see your ID. I'm going to go. Like, no, don't give me your fucking ID. Like, you know how the cop's trying to, like, scan his ID to find out who he is because he's harassing him? And the girl was, like, totally
Right.
against it. I didn't catch that. I did not catch that in the beginning. Like, she didn't want him to scan his ID because they didn't want to leave a paper trail that he had been through there.
Oh. I didn't get that either. But then again,
Because
Okay.
and I didn't catch that the first time, but the second time, I'm like, wait a minute. Because the first time, the guy that goes missing in the beginning, they have no clue where he is because there's no paper trail, there's nothing.
mm,
When a cop scans your ID, you go into their record system saying that you've been through there. If you appear missing.
okay.
So I didn't catch that at first, but I was like, holy shit. And like, that's what made the movie even better because they gave it like a 10 out of 10. Like, Rotten Tomatoes, I don't know what the score is for it on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it was like a 100.
What? Get Out?
Yeah, Get Out was like,
Let me check. Actually, 98.
Cowards.
I was just listening to one of my podcasts, and they were like, they're talking about the Curse of La Llorona, and they said it had a Rotten Tomatoes rating of 100%, and they're just ripping into this. They're just tearing this movie to shreds. They're like, how? Who watched this movie? Who said this was like?
it's
This
it's
deserved
about some
100%.
bitch that drowned her kids and now she's coming to kill yours.
Well, they went on about a bunch of other stuff like this isn't even like that good in certain places and blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, yeah, it had some problems, and I can understand where like this is kind of a gripe. What did you think of it, Goku?
What? Because I'm Mexican? I saw it?
Yes.
I don't have to see the movie because I know the story.
Well,
I didn't see it.
okay.
I saw From Dusk Till Dawn. That's close enough, right? It's got
I
Mexicans
saw,
in it.
I saw that because it was on the HBO app, and the
Tarantino
app is all
foot
about
fetish.
yeah, like the whole app, the whole synopsis is like bank robbers. I was like, okay, bank robbers, and then yeah, that happened. I was like, wait, what? What just happened
They
here?
went from bank robbers to kidnappers to vampires.
Like, okay,
That movie.
I don't care. That movie had Selma Hayek, so
Yeah.
it gets a 100 with me.
And almost naked.
Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek.
yeah. So I guess I'll try and someday find the sequels and watch them just to say I've
There's
seen them. But
sequels?
there's sequels.
I only watched
At
the first
least-
one because Selma Hayek.
There's at least 2 of them and a TV show.
Oh
I
yeah,
know there's a
Fez is in
TV
it. Fez is in the TV show. I can't take that guy seriously after he played Fez and Handy Manny.
Yeah, I kind of wish he did Fez's voice as Handyman.
Yeah, for
I
real.
kind of want to see. I kind of wish they dub over. I think someone on YouTube probably does. I'm sure someone on YouTube.
Or
does.
that, or maybe it's That's Your Calling. Maybe That's Your Calling. That's Your Calling card right
It's a
there.
dub over.
To dub
Yeah,
over
dub
Handy
over.
Manny with
There
Fez's
you go.
catchphrase.
With clips from Fez.
Because all Handy Manny was
Let's see.
literally the Fez of Bob the. He was Bob the Builder if he was Fez.
For an exchange student.
What else?
or an exchange.
Oh, I just watched Dreamcatcher. That wasn't too terrible. Didn't make a lot of sense, but it wasn't too terrible.
Did the new Candyman come out yet?
No, not yet.
I don't know.
It got delayed.
I like the
Yeah.
original.
It.
Which one? The
I've
1990 or the
I've
2017
only seen
one?
the Tim Curry one, and I haven't even seen that in a while.
I like the original one.
They
Tim
only got
Curry?
chapter 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
mostly
right now
because of Tim Curry.
Right now, they've only got chapter 2 up on HBO Max, so obviously I'm not going to watch it if I haven't seen the first one.
How do I put that? Oh God, we've been neglecting the comments. I'm sorry.
The original, A Town That Dreaded Sundown. Oh, that's
Well, that
White women running
This
up the
sounds like-
stairs have been a common trope.
Yep.
It's a horror movie. White woman running upstairs.
The Town That Dreaded Sundown is actually based on a real thing. Well, it gets our Texas Chainsaw Massacre, no, not Friday the 13th, Nightmare on
Friday the
Elm
13th.
Street.
Did y'all
Nightmare
see the remake of Child's Play that came out last year?
With Mark Hamill. No.
Yeah, Mark Hamill's Chucky.
No.
I'm actually. It's on It's one. I think it's on one of the streaming services for Prime, like Cinemax or HBO or something. So I guess I'll watch it today.
It's not HBO. I didn't see it.
I know they just put Child's Play 2 on HBO Max. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
They just
yeah.
put it.
Yeah, HBO has 2 and 3. That's why I can't watch.
What about
Child's Play, 'cause
Hocus
they don't have the
Pocus?
first
Ooh.
one. Love Hocus Pocus.
Not a horror movie.
It's not, but it's great.
It is
it's a Halloween
it is
movie.
a holiday
It's
movie.
a cult classic.
Yeah, it's great.
Speaking
Yeah, I'll say it's a holiday movie.
Tim Curry, I have not seen the original It. But I know a lot of people. He's beloved by a lot of people.
Yeah.
I like
He's a
his
great
roles
actor.
in Home Alone, too.
He was in the Wild
Yeah.
Thornberries.
Yes, he was.
He was in
The
the
Wild
Wild
Thorn.
Thornberry.
He was Nigel Thornberry.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know him as Pennywise the Clown. That's what I mostly know him as.
Also,
And-
he was that one professor from Jimmy Neutron where he couldn't finish the sentence. He goes,
Yeah.
he couldn't Professor Calamity.
He was the smoke infection thing in Fern Gully.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
Fern Gully? Oh, doggy, stop it.
Remember Fern Gully that
Rainforest, the last
Robin
Rainforest.
Williams was in?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
batty.
And
he was the
then
bat.
Disney threatened to cancel, bury that movie down so no one
Which
would
is-
ever see it.
Which is ironic because that movie is now owned by Disney now, because Fox. Which is Disney now owns that movie. So if anything, they could have just put it on Disney Plus if they wanted to.
They should.
Everyone really, a lot of people like to, if you don't acknowledge Tim Curry as the dude, from his role
Rocky
from
Horror
the
Picture
Rocky
Show?
Horror.
Yeah.
I
Still
actually
haven't
didn't
seen
know
it.
Rocky
At all.
Horror.
Not a horror
I've
movie
seen
either.
the movie.
Despite having horror in the
I've
title.
seen the play, and I still hate it.
It's an
What the-
acquired taste,
What don't you like about it, Goku?
like bad
I'm just curious.
beer.
It's really hard to say because
Just because it's a weird play.
no, because I saw the movie. I took theater class I took theater arts in high school, which is really cool. So our theater art teacher, her husband was making the the set for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and she's like, "Oh, my husband's working on the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie." And we're like, everybody's like, "No, that one already came out." She's like, "No, they're making a Texas Chainsaw Massacre." And sure enough, he made the sets for they made Texas Chainsaw Massacre the beginning, and he worked on the set for it. He helped make the set. And the neighborhood we were gonna go live in when I was gonna move in high school, they were filming a movie out there. So I think that's where they were filming a horror movie. He's like, it was either a horror movie or a porno. I can't tell.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Might have
No,
been both,
because that's
depending on
one of the
who
areas
was.
where they film movies in Texas.
Mhm.
They either do horror movies or they do adult movies. It's not and yeah, it's funny to laugh at, but at the same time, it's like, no, yeah, that's what they make out there. They got to make them somewhere.
Hmm.
They don't just happen.
they don't just have a GoPro on and deliver pizza.
Hmm.
No, stop.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just that
Idea.
I tried to like it because there was this girl that I really liked. She liked it, and I really tried to get into it. I just couldn't. It didn't appeal to me. It's not.
That's fine.
It's kind of like one of those things. That, man, I don't know. I really don't like it. Why not? Why don't you appreciate it? Because I don't.
It's just not my cup of tea. Chill.
Because it sucks. I mean, you really want me to be truthful. It blows.
I didn't like it. Why not?
Because it's
Personal
trash.
opinion. I don't fucking know.
Because I have good taste.
Right.
No, you don't. Yes, I do. You like Naruto. Oh, well, fuck.
You're
I
not allowed to
like.
say Naruto with the
You're
If
least.
you
not.
haven't seen
you
it,
are not gonna Naruto shame
I will
me.
Naruto
I don't
shame
care.
every podcast.
I don't fucking care. I like it so far. I still haven't finished it.
Wait till you get to Shippuden.
That's the best part.
I reserve judgment until then.
Yota.
It becomes Naruto to Sasuke the series.
That's only like 30 chapters.
Bullshit.
Anyway,
that's half the series.
back to the stuff.
Leprechaun in the hood.
Leprechaun in space.
I will never stop laughing at that. No, but you need to watch the new movies. The new ones are really good. I like them.
Well,
really
if I
enjoy
can
them.
find the first one, I will.
They follow the books a lot closer, except they took out the teenage gangbang scene.
And the turtle.
Yeah.
Right.
They took out the turtle.
Space turtle.
Okay, so the space turtle is essentially God.
Right. No,
barf- he
we've
bar-
talked
no.
about it before.
The listeners. We have listeners.
Okay,
Space
fine.
turtle.
So the turtle barfs up the universe or some shit like that. Like I think that's exactly what happened. Like he barfed up the universe.
It's like that. It's like that wisdom turtle from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Like don't stare into the turtle's eyes, and
I think
Morty
it's
gets
actually
like-
almost the same thing.
It's probably a reference.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like Pennywise, the character in the what's his name?
Stephen King.
Stephen King.
Jeez.
The Stephen King book universe, it's a shared universe. So Pennywise, I don't know if you ever seen The Tower. I mean the movie, but have you read the book?
Yes.
The Tower. So the monster in the tower is the same thing that Pennywise is.
Hmm.
They're the
It's
same
shaped
creature,
with
but in the
a
movie they
monster.
changed it.
Well, that would mean that there's two of the same dimensional beast on the planet at the same time.
There were. There was more than one. But technically, the tower's not Earth. It's between the realms.
It's one of those damn floating towers.
Cujo is because what was
Cujo is
rabies.
just Detroit.
okay? Not Cujo.
No, Cujo's
What
a dog with
movie was
rabies.
it where it took place like in a snow setting, like Antarctica or some shit like that?
Hold on, you gotta.
8 Below.
No, it's a Stephen King book.
Give me a second.
69 Below.
There's
The Thing?
like no,
No. The Thing
the
wasn't
thing's
Stephen
not
King.
Stephen King.
Yes, it is.
No,
That's
that was
Raven, right?
no.
No,
The
you're
thing
right.
was that was I think it was John Carpenter. I think.
Oh, right. Yeah, it
It's
is.
not a book.
Yeah.
No,
Okay, let's see. Dreamcatcher had snow in it. Who else has snow in it?
The Fog.
The Fog, The Shining.
Would you consider The Shining a horror movie?
Yeah, no, The Shining is a horror movie.
Okay.
It's Jack Nicholson going crazy
You
trying
got
to murder his
creepy,
family.
got creepy twins on little. They're standing in hallways. That is a
I
horror
mean,
movie. There's blood
all-
elevators.
Yeah, all of the Stephen King movies take place like up north somewhere.
Okay, so I'm just
He
gonna.
spends too much time in Seattle.
So I'm not
He's
gonna.
just
I don't remember.
Well,
which
there's that,
one-
but everything's set in Maine.
Yeah, he fucking hates Maine.
He hates
Everything
Maine, and
bad
yet he just
happens in
keeps
Maine.
setting everything in Maine. It's like, if you hate it so much, just ignore Maine.
Stay out of every other state. It's fine. This state. Fuck this state in particular.
Yeah.
Okay, it says right here that the creature is the same. He's the same sort of creature as it. He's the Crimson. He's also the Deadlights. It says right here that Pennywise is referenced in a lot of the books, including one where like the natives talk about a creature that was feared. I don't know. He's got so many. Like they're supposed to be all connected in a way, and
Stephen King has written like 1,000 books.
it's a. They're a multiverse, but they're all connected. Like some of them are the same universe. The tower
Hmm.
is between the universes, though.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, Misery's got snow.
Misery has snow.
Misery
I
is
thought it-
Stephen King's
I
idea
really-
of his worst.
It's not
fucking
misery.
vacation.
It's not misery. It's not misery because misery's the one of the few ones to where it doesn't reference any of the other books.
True.
But it references books.
But
Like
I think
physical
misery
books.
is referenced. I'm not too sure.
I think it's just
All of his books are
He had
supposed
a
to be-
bad
Well,
experience.
you got to understand
once,
that when
and he
Stephen
wrote a
King
book
wrote
about it.
these, he was like on drugs or alcohol.
He just keeps
Right.
going to Maine and
Having
having bad
like
experiences. These are
Yeah,
these are
he must have had a
these are
bad
facts.
experience with clowns and lights.
something or other.
These are just facts. He goes there and like, no one believes me. This state is horrible.
Yep. Yep.
And he hates J.K. Rowling for good reason.
Everybody
For good
doesn't
reason.
like J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling kind of shot herself in the foot.
She's been doing that very slowly for a long time.
And people still support Harry Potter.
Rick is to not buy new things.
What? Don't give me that look. It's true.
Buy
No, a lot
That's-
of people are no longer like Harry Potter fans and all that.
If you
because
want to
of
be a
what she
Harry
said.
Potter fan, just buy a bootleg so she won't get any more money. That's how you do it. Fight the system.
They had one person of color in there. It was like the Asian girl. That was it.
No, they've had a black guy in there
Okay,
a
they
couple
had-
of
He
times.
wasn't, but he didn't start off black. They turned him black in a later movie.
Yeah, no, for real. That yeah, I remember that being a thing, right? Like one
Yeah,
of the
one of-
characters
it was
they changed their race
one
like
of s-
halfway through the series.
Yeah, one of Draco's buddies, they made him a black guy.
Yeah, because they all
in
had
later
like
movies.
bleach blonde hair or some shit like that.
They're all
Why did
They're
Draco
the,
Malfoy?
they're the Beach Boys.
Why did
Draco
Draco
Beach.
Malfoy look like a British Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone?
Because
Because
because they wanted because they couldn't get Macaulay Culkin. So they
No,
figured,
that's
hey,
a
let's get
different
him
kid. That's a whole different person. They even call him a whole different name. It's not the same kid.
They even had a Rob Pattinson in the movie too.
Oh, okay, so he
Yes.
just dropped out. That's all.
Yeah, something.
It was before like Robert Pattinson. He died, but then he came back as a vampire. And then went to He went to Washington to hook up with
It's a weird.
Right.
That was a
with
weird
the chick with
crossover.
bad acting.
There's that. There's that.
Her.
There's
It's
like
better than
Bella's-
it's
Bella's
better than
freaking-
Twilight.
There's, like-
It's Twilight
there's like
horror.
5 actual black kids. There's like 2 Indian kids, at least. Those 2 girls, the twins, and yeah, Cho Chang.
Oh, so diverse.
So diverse indeed.
And she doesn't know how to math. Like she went over how many witches and wizards graduated from Hogwarts each year, and like
Yeah.
so there's just thousands of unemployed wizards out there because there's no fucking way you have jobs for all
They're
these kids.
working jobs at
Right.
Walmart at British Walmart.
The automatic doors aren't automatic.
No, yeah, which is hilarious because they're like, they don't know what basic things are.
So
It's
is
like,
it true?
They don't
Random
know what
question.
Muggles are.
Random question. This
Yeah.
is a Family Guy reference, but is it true the
Well, then I'm out.
Dark Side of the Moon syncs up with the Wizard of Oz?
Yes.
Like actual?
Yes. It is a common fact that it does sync up.
It's fucking crazy. You know they made a
Never-
sequel. They were gonna make a sequel to where Dorothy's daughter was gonna be like some kind of gothic hot topic chick.
There is a sequel, but it's not
Yeah.
based off the first movie.
It's not off of that.
It's
No,
the-
they were
based
gonna
off the
make one
books.
where her daughter went to Oz, but she was gothic,
Goofy.
goofy.
Thick.
Her name was gonna be Raven Demetria Way.
Shut up.
I don't know if I would watch it or would just avoid it like the fucking plague.
Well, you're avoiding the outside like the plague.
Because the plague's out there.
I want to go out to public, but every time I go out into the public, the fucking
Yeah.
public's there.
Yep.
Bunch of dicks
Yep.
with their public.
I mean, look at fucking Twilight. Like the final battle to kill the vampires, they're giving them stone cold stunners.
Well, in the book, that fight never happens.
I heard that
Right.
they added it, and when they
Which
I was watching
good.
the fight, and I'm
Like,
like,
it would have been boring as shit if they did put a fight.
so
in
my
there.
ex takes me. This is the ex that's the mother of my child. She
understand
takes me
why
to
you
see
broke
it,
up
and
now.
she's all cheering because certain evil vampires get killed. She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why are they giving each other stone cold stunners?" Like, this shit doesn't make any-
That'd be
Obviously, an RKO.
No, watch a clip from the movie. I guarantee
yeah,
fucking
he's
you
done-
that's what they're doing to each other. They're giving
Well,
because
it's
they
all
have to
headlocks.
remove their heads, so they're giving them
made of
stone cold
porcelain.
stunners. And then like we're watching this fight scene, and it turns out it was just a dream, and I fucking yelled, "It's bullshit!"
what the fuck?
I'm
Stole
sick of this-
popcorn. I'm leaving.
Go.
And I'm like, I was so pissed. I was, this is bullshit. You mean to tell me I sat through 30 fucking minutes of a fight scene that doesn't even fucking matter?
The fake fight scene.
Dude, like, I love when I went to go see Paranormal Activity 3.
Mm.
There was a dude in the audience with us. He wasn't part of our group. He was sitting across from us. But when the guy wakes up and the girlfriend and the kids are gone, he's like looking for them in the house, in the creepy house. So, hey, he's calling their names. And the dude just blurts out, "Run, motherfucker, those ain't your kids." Those ain't your kids.
You know, you ever seen that one movie where it's like it's like an Apollo mission, but like they go back to the moon, but then there's
Yeah,
like
it's
they
Apollo
explain
18.
it's Apollo 18.
That was so fucking weird. I have to watch it again.
We
Basically,
have to
like
go back
basically they explain why they never go back to the moon, and it's like
because
it's pretty
of
much
the Transformers.
no, it's
It
like
wasn't
it's
Transformers.
like paranormal activity, but like it's apparently it's like some parasites or some stuff.
What's on the moon?
What's the
Vampires on the
movie
moon.
where they're in the space station and they find? I'm just gonna
No.
call it the symbiote.
It's not the space station,
Life.
and it's not the
Life.
symbiote.
No. Okay, so originally that movie was supposed to be a tie-in to Spider-Man.
Was it really?
Yeah, because some of the scenes are the exact same scenes from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like footage, like they were saying that when the movie was developed, it was supposed to be a tie-in to
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, but halfway through production, they
But
made
it wasn't the symbiote. It was,
it was supposed
rock
to it
spiders.
was supposed to be no. The symbiote is not. It's an alien organism that.
No, I understand what the symbiote is, but I'm saying Apollo 18 was rock
No.
spiders,
We're
as far
talking
as I
about-
remember.
No. We're talking about a different movie though. Life. It's kind of. They're in space, and they're in space. That's why when y'all mention Apollo 18, because I know what you're talking about. I've seen the Apollo. I haven't seen the
Okay.
Apollo movie, but I've seen it. I want to watch it. I just never got a chance to watch it. But I was remembering that other movie that was in space, in a space station, to where they find a symbiote. It was like, oh my god, this is the first proof that there's life in outer space. And it's kind of like the symbiote from Spider-Man, and it fucking kills everybody.
Isn't that the one with Ryan Reynolds?
I don't
No.
know. No, I don't think
It
so.
was,
he like
Jake
dies within
Gyllenhaal.
the first 5
I
minutes.
can't-
of that
I can't
fucking
take
movie.
Oh yeah,
Seriously.
Ryan Reynolds is in it, and so is Jake
Save
Gyllenhaal.
me, Tom Cruise. What do you think
Live-
of Live, Die, Repeat?
Oh, Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
That was with Tom Cruise, right?
I think aren't they making another one? Like they're making the
I
sequel
think
to
so.
it. I
That's
think
what I
it's
heard
in the,
too.
That one was
Like
actually
for it.
much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I
not
watched
gonna be
it.
good, but-
I didn't watch
Oh.
it in theaters, but I watched it on DVD, and I was like, "Oh God, another Tom Cruise movie."
Ready or Not.
I haven't seen that one.
I just saw it. It wasn't too bad.
Paddington, that's a horror movie.
the bear.
The bear.
Baby
another
Geniuses.
reason-
That's a horror movie.
That is.
live action Avatar and the DBZ
Yeah.
Evolution movie.
Yeah.
are all
Yeah,
horrible.
live action Avatar:
Yeah.
The Last Airbender. It gave me nightmares.
Yep.
Sure,
Still recovering.
I'm sure it really did.
Death Note, the Netflix version.
Yeah, starring emo Peter.
Insert Netflix adaptation.
I kind of like what they were trying to do because they
didn't really
made
work
it.
out.
They wanted to make it more like where Light was from the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that they live in a rundown house and the dad's like hated because the cops here are treated way differently than the cops in Japan. Like in Japan, they're praised. Here, if you're not with the program, if you're like a good cop, you're a piece of shit according to a lot of people.
Mhm.
Like it's
Think
hard to be a
they-
good cop when everybody like don't be a snitch, and he was a snitch.
One of the reviews for that movie though is that storyline doesn't work in modern United States because of how quickly we can solve fucking mysteries if you put it online.
That's true.
Because they found out like Shia LaBeouf had that whole thing where he was hiding the flag. He had the American flag in a certain spot, and people found out where it was hidden based off of a flight pattern of an airplane where the sun was in the sky, and they found out which building it was on top of.
Jesus.
His dad
took
knew
it.
though. In the end of the movie, his dad knew the whole time.
Yeah, which was not how that's not how the manga is.
Well, no,
That'd
you
be
can't
wrong.
make it the same. It's not going to work. I mean, if they
Don't call
would,
it
they should have, they should have changed. I like what they were doing, but it's the execution that didn't work. Like the chick, like I was like when they start doing, it, I'm like, oh yeah, like getting laid. I was like, woo. But then like the chick was even like Light was just too emotional. I think that's why it didn't work. Light was just way too attached. Like if he was more emotionless and more cunning, I think it would have worked. But like because in the anime and the Japanese films,
He's
like the
just
first
a
person that
weird
dies, he doesn't
teenager.
even blink. He's like, "Oh, it does work." Or in the other one's like, "Gasp."
Did I do that?
Willem Dafoe, I liked his Ryuk.
Yeah, he was a
But
great
like
Ryuk.
there
He
was
wasted
something
on
there
that
was a
movie.
lot like people shit on I like how people will shit on everything the movie got wrong, but there were some things that the movie did that made sense.
That's how it'd be occasionally. Sometimes the bad thing would overshadow the good things, and they
Lonnie-
would just.
I'm so sorry, Sonic. What were you saying?
No, you're good.
No, like basically I was finishing. I was just
Oh.
waiting for your response or something like that.
No. I was just lying because Lonnie put, man, this moderator is really trying to be neutral in the debate, but can't help but cut Trump off.
I'm watching this debate, and there was one part. Should we even say it or just wait until the end?
Go ahead.
We're about to
Okay.
finish. Oh, we're over now.
Yeah, so he goes, can we stop talking about China? And I'm like, what the fuck?
They make all of our stuff. That buzzer. Okay, quick. Favorite horror movie? One that you would not favorite of all time, but one that you would recommend everybody watch. And one you want everyone to stay away from. Damn, I put everybody on the spot.
Yeah, you kind of did.
Well, I have a list.
That's why I say it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be your favorite of all time. Share your list with us.
I already said the list earlier.
Oh, okay.
Happy Death Day was my favorite on here.
Yeah, that one was good.
Drag Me to Hell is pretty good.
Drag Me.
I didn't like
Is
it.
that the one where? Oh yeah, no, okay. I was thinking about the one with the elevator with the devil.
No, that's the other one.
That was not
was
that
dumb.
great.
That one was so stupid. Drag Me to Hell was pretty good.
I would say The Thing on my list. If you're
Swamp
gonna
Thing?
watch something, The Thing,
Swamp Thing.
Shut
No.
up.
the one where it's the horrible monster thingy that kills you and
Is
impersonates
the
you.
Constantine movie with Keanu Reeves considered horror?
Kind of.
I don't remember
A
it that
personal
much.
horror movie.
Like horror action.
Okay.
I recommend not watching any sci-fi horror movie on Sci-Fi Network.
On sci-fi.
Yeah.
Rubber.
Not that-
Watch Rubber.
Oh,
Stop.
that's not a horror movie. That's an action-packed thriller, a magnum opus.
Can you
of-
imagine? Like
Oh,
that's such a
up.
out of context name. Like, hey, do you want to watch Rubber with me?
I
What?
don't know what that means.
Why does that sound like an adult movie?
It does sound.
It does.
No, fucking tire.
Hey man, you got Rubber?
Pet Cemetery was okay. I want to see the remake.
The original. I like the original.
Yeah.
Don't watch
Although
any of
every
those
time they
fucking
cut that,
horror
it-
movies that are like Skype or Unfriended or those shitty ones that are done over the internet.
Yeah. I don't like
The
it.
generic masked slasher where
I
it's
know.
just some dude
Scream.
in a, like
That's
a mask.
Scream.
Yeah,
Scream is the generic mask.
I hate
slasher.
those.
Scream,
I don't
but
like
Scream
them.
was like okay, I think.
That's
I haven't
because
seen it.
Scream. The premise of Scream that they base their killings off of the rules of horror movies.
Mhm,
That way, no one would figure out it was them. Was cool.
mhm.
But generic guy
was a
with
spoof.
a orange thing. No.
Don't
Yeah.
watch. If I'm gonna recommend a movie, don't watch I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's just a damn dude with a fish hook, a fucking fish hook.
Do you remember? Do you remember that scene from
Raincoat.
Scary Movie? Well, they recreate. It's based on the scene from I Know What You Did Last Summer. She's like, "What are you waiting for?" She's like screaming around and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they did.
She gets hit by a
they,
car.
They did that scene in Scary Movie while a guy is on the top of a building about to jump from suicide, and he confused that, and he's like, "She's right. What am I doing?" And he jumps on the building, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And she's like, "Oh fuck."
Was it Scary Movie where they run over somebody?
No,
They
it's
were-
the first one.
They run over somebody and they like run. They back up and run over him again.
Yeah, they basically recreated that. They did that scene too. And
Yeah.
basically she's like, "What are you waiting for?" And then I think it was Cindy, which is Anna Faris's character in the movie. And the guy's on the building, he's like, "She's right. What am I waiting for?" And he jumps. And she did not realize that. I was like, "Oh shit."
No, it didn't body.
All right, come on, real quick. Come on, go, move. Tell us.
I already said mine.
No. What is one that you would not recommend? What was it?
Fucking said like any sci-fi one.
Oh, damn it.
Any of them. They all suck.
Alien
Or
Resurrection.
I also
would
said
stay
like
away
the
from.
generic.
Is that the fourth one?
Yeah, that's the one with the Ripley, basically that hybrid alien. And
Which
he
one
got
is the
sucked in.
one where it's her and it's just one fucking alien?
Alien 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the one where she like shaved her head, right?
Yeah.
And it turns out
Yes.
she's got the
She's got
queen
part of her
inside
DNA. Yeah.
They made that into a video game and it works, but as a movie, it's like it's one fucking alien.
If anything, it should have been a separate thing.
Right. And the problem with Alien is there's too many and like the continuity is all over the place. Like Prometheus is tied to Alien,
Mhm.
but Alien
Mhm.
versus Predator is not tied to Alien
Mm.
or Predator.
Have you seen the newest Alien that came out, Covenant or something like that?
Mm-mm.
I heard it was decent.
I think I did. I already forgot it.
Predators.
Right. I saw that too. That wasn't too terrible.
Isn't Predators what Chris Hansen's chasing?
Probably.
Yeah.
Have a seat. You sit right down. Have a seat.
Have a seat over there. I bet you Chris Hansen's a horror movie for certain people in the community.
Oh no, he's after the booty.
What about you, SJ? What do you recommend? What do you
I don't
recommend?
know.
It doesn't have to be like your favorite movie of all time. It could be something you saw recently. Like, oh, this was good, and something you saw recently. Like, do not watch this fucking movie because it sucks.
Don't
Do
watch.
do not watch House. That fucking sucked. I didn't like it. I don't like a lot of the things I've got on my list to binge.
But you're
I like
still
the-
watching them.
I am still watching them.
Watch-
I just finished. I just finished a 1922 documentary about witches that Paxson. That wasn't too bad. It was kind of interesting. The music that they play is like totally inappropriate, but like whatever. And then I just watched this late 50s black and white film. The synopsis was like these siblings deal with like racism in New York City, and I'm watching this and I'm like, where's the racism? I mean, it's in there a little bit, but it's like
If it's your synopsis, you probably put it like more.
it's not. And then it just like ends, and I'm like, did I sleep through half the movie again? What happened? And I went back and I watched it, and I was like, nope, I didn't. What the waste of time again?
Bad movie. Okay.
Horrible movie.
Just a terrible movie. But yeah, that 3-hour one was really good. It's called Qui-Gon. I like it. It's visually beautiful. It's not like scary. I mean, not in like the traditional sense, I guess, but it's just visually stunning. And so I'd give that a recommend. I also like I said, I liked Ready or Not. Ready or Not was pretty fun.
I would recommend that nobody fucking watch Quarantine. It's one of
Agreed.
those Cloverfield first-person movies
Yeah.
because if you don't fucking pay attention to the background and everything they say, if you don't really focus, like if you, oh fuck, I missed an important detail. Now
Oh.
you won't figure
Someone
it
is
out.
dead.
You won't figure it out. It's so fucking like I had to watch it twice to like. That's how I watched it twice, and that's how I came up with my theory. And it turns out my theory was right. I recommend 2 movies: Shaun of the Dead and
Yeah.
Get Out. If you haven't seen Get Out, you need to fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Stop watching the debate because it's just 2 old rich guys arguing.
But
about
I
who's
want to
gonna
watch
run
them
this-
make fun of each other.
Hey.
I want to make. But we want to watch 2 hours
With
of
the comment,
It's
any Hallmark movie is pretty scary.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
the budget is scary. How is this movie like $10 million and I could have made a better one for 10,000?
Oh, they make
Or
like
$10.
30 movies in a month.
Do we want to get back to our guest?
What
Because he just responded back to me.
do you say?
Oh, what did he say?
So, once again, guys, we have Tom Ruger coming on tomorrow night.
Okay. Okay.
He's the producer and writer for Animaniacs, Tiny Toon Adventures, some Batman,
Joke
Batman
recipe.
Beyond, a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, so he just responded because we got the World Series. He's like, I think we should do the first hour, and if it makes sense to continue, we can continue. I kinda
Okay.
like
Depending
how
on how
he's
well
like-
the team is doing, we
Yeah, there
will
you go.
continue.
If it's a blowout
That's
one
what
way
he
or the
meant.
other.
If this game sucks and my team is losing, I don't want to watch this shit. I'm gonna stay for the second hour. But if my team's doing great and I'm having a great time, bye, Felicia.
Yeah, game 3. So the series is tied. So far we'll see how it goes.
Go
All right.
ahead,
So
Mickey
if you haven't
Betts.
already, make sure you join us. So his
Tell
name.
your friends.
Yeah, no, but can you say his name for us again? Because remember, I have
Tom
trouble.
Ruger.
Mr. Tom Rutger.
Yeah.
Tom Ruger, one of the, he is the creator of the Animaniacs, and he is a writer and a producer for other series like Batman the Animated Series,
Tiny Toon
Batman Beyond,
Adventures.
Tiny Toon
In the
Adventure,
Pup named Scooby Doo,
Every cartoon of your childhood.
basically.
the
Pretty much, yeah.
Godzilla Hanna-Barbera cartoon. God damn it!
I'm sure you're
Pinky and
gonna
the
talk about
Brain, Taz, yeah, all the good stuff. So we're having him on tomorrow. That was a surprise. We weren't 100% sure how
Right.
that was going to go.
Right. So, do you hear that, Inu Smasha? The creator of Animaniacs, the original one from the '90s, is joining us tomorrow.
Yes.
I don't know if is he involved with the revival.
I don't know if he
Yes, yes, he is.
He is. Okay, he is.
okay.
Yes, he
Okay,
is.
cool.
because he's
Yes,
the creator of
questions.
Animaniac. So
So he
Yes.
should
Yes,
be
he is.
part of it. Yeah. Okay.
He's
so
with-
we're gonna
both.
have to advertise the shit out of this one so we can get a good audience. All right, guys.
Several
Thanks for
posts.
watching. I gotta go pee really bad. I needed to pee for like the last 15 minutes.
Oh my god, he's
I've needed to pee, but I just. Oh, I
You
don't know
should
why it
just
hit me
have,
so
like-
hard.
You should just have like a bottle right there.
he's got that weird look on his face
You
again.
guys can do that. I
Because it'd
can't.
be
I
like
have
this,
to
like-
get up and go.
Goku, if you shake it more than 3 times, you're playing with it.
I gotta. You know what? Bye. Good night, everybody.
That's a horror movie right
see
there.
y'all tomorrow. See y'all tomorrow.
Just
Yeah.